So how do you differentiate? Because on the last No Bravado that we didn't get to air,
Uh-huh.
you called a specific type of lady a beating stick.
Sorry, that cracked me up.
Beating stick.
Can you?
So explain what a beating stick is, and what makes you differentiate from a beating stick to someone that you're going to say this is your wife.
So
is your girl, you know.
There are types of women out there who, know you have a girlfriend or wife or whatever it may be, yeah, and are still interested in being with you sexually regardless. Yeah. There are women who don't care whether you just want to have sex with them and give them some free tickets to come to dance. Yeah, there were different types of women. We call them, so them women's are called MC Peggies. Yeah.
What?
What you said?
Those women's, the women who just want to have sex with you and yeah.
Rewind. No. What do you call them, Peggy? What?
We call them MC Peggies.
MC Peggies.
Why?
Huh?
Why? You didn't tell us that.
Because they bounce from different DJ to DJ. Is that what it is?
And they love talk on the mic.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Here we are. Can you move that over? Yeah. Got to move into the screen a bit now. So hey, how are we all doing today?
Hey guys.
What's going on? Oh, he's here. So today we have got the legendary Special Touch. All of you that know me know that Special Touch is my sound. Now, I've been following street sounds for, giving away my age now, but the best part of 20 years, I've been following street sounds, and I've become really close with WJ Goodgroove. And we've done loads of things together. Oh man, so many things together. He's a really good friend. Mm-hmm. You've met him and you've worked with him many times now. And I think personally they're one of the best street sounds that there are out there. So because of my love for music, mm-hmm. I started going to these parties, mm-hmm. and it was just different because I came from jungle and garage, mm-hmm. so I was a jungle head. Mm-hmm. So then after the jungle raves, we started going to the soul raves, mm-hmm. and then after a while, jungle became a little bit it became a bit rough. Mm-hmm. So we kind of stopped going, and I started going to the soul raves, mm-hmm. and didn't really know who Goody was when mm-hmm. I first sort of ran into him. I used to see him down West Green Road, and he used to always see me and go, and I go,
what did that mean?
Hello, I guess.
How Jamaican parents play.
Yeah. So he would always do that, mm-hmm. and then it progressed to hellos. Mm-hmm. Then I started sponsoring because I had a shop in Brixton.
I remember you said,
I had a shop in Brixton. So then I started sponsoring his show, and then we developed a friendship over the years. Yeah. It's never been romantic, regardless of what people think. Yeah. We've never kissed. We've never done anything like that. He's truly just a spiritual brother. He's a good person, and over the years, like I said, we've developed a great friendship, mm-hmm. and I've learned a lot from him. Mm-hmm. So we have done dances together. We've mm-hmm. done a mansion party together.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah, we've done a mansion party together. We've done house dances together. Mm-hmm. We had a catering company together. Yeah. We had a restaurant together. What else have we? We've done so much things together. He's always had my back. I've always had his. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm excited to talk to him today.
Sorry, I just want to say, I love music as well. And I remember when I first met you. Yeah. And I did some work. I did some, I think, styling work and stuff at your cupcakes and cocktails in Camden.
Right.
and there was a DJ there, didn't know who he was at the time. I was just like, no.
He's
hit
bigging out some,
like,
banging out some hits.
I was like to you, see that DJ, he's badging her for the whole day. He was just playing tunes, and you was like, yeah, that's Goody. Next event, Goody. Next event. I was like, no, he's on.
It's always
he's a bad man.
Special touch is the sound for me. Yeah. So on our scene, because I know that you've not been on our scene for as long as I have, but on our scene, there's like loads of different sounds. And I would say there's like 3 or 4 top sounds. Special Touch, Studio Express, Fifth Avenue, and Latest Edition.
So is that the order?
Special Touch always. I'm biased, so I don't give a damn. Special Touch is first.
Okay.
All day, every day.
And the rest, is it still in order for you? Or is it just, I like them, my top 5? And
it's Special Touch, Studio Express, which is Dodd and Ali, our original No Bravado brother. Because Ali draws for songs that you wouldn't normally hear. So before R. Kelly was muted, I loved his album that had Step to the Name of Love on it, and there was other tunes on there and that I would be bubbling to, and then you'll go to the dance and Ali would draw for it, but no other DJs would.
Doing that,
So that's why I like Special Touches, because of their ability to just draw for sounds. And that's why I think Studio and Special are my top 2, closely followed by Fifth Avenue, which is Ray and Hollywood, Danger. Why are you laughing? Stop laughing. I can't with you. You're going to just get me into trouble. Yeah, excuse yourself. She's got no behaviour, always getting me into trouble. So, yeah, she's still over there laughing. Like, she's not come back at all. But yeah. All right. Rusa, you back? Yeah, so closely followed by Fifth Avenue and Latest Edition. Latest Edition are, I don't really, because they tend to play out over South, and I don't tend to go over there that much, but no, Latest Edition's legendary as well. So in that order for me, definitely. Special Touch, Studio Express, Fifth Avenue, Latest Edition. Then you've got other sounds that are coming up like ELC. But I can go to all kinds of different raves. But there's nothing like a street sounds rave to me. Like the way they play their music, the vibes, everything. I just love it. So over the years, like I said, me and Goody developed, I became quite close with Goody, and we developed a friendship, business partnership, and I've learned a lot from him, and yeah, just enjoy him as a person. He's a really, really good person. Outside of what goes on in the raves, like, you know, they've all got a persona outside of the dance. They're real people, and Goody's a real person, and he's a lovely person.
He's a really nice person.
Really lovely person.
I've been able to get to know him through you.
Yeah.
Obviously not as much, but he's really nice. Really, really like Goody. He's really, really nice.
Hey, Fidel, well gone. You joined us.
Some comments though.
I think you have to, yeah, there you go. Sabby Joe, well gone. Sure thing, you're with us today. How you doing, babe? Oh dear,
Hi guys.
Turn your camera down, your phone down, so we don't hear the feedback. But without further ado, let's bring Goody on.
You know, he's probably thinking,
didn't they say, hey! Are you on?
Let's connect into the video.
Oh. Yes, good.
Hi.
Well.
How you doing?
I'm good, you know. I'm good.
Did you hear my intro for you?
Sorry?
Did you hear my intro for you?
Where's the drum roller? What?
Oh no.
After you just got a 15-minute big up, you want a drum roll?
Oh.
Your face very
Cake.
Yeah. So, how you doing, my love?
I'm good, though. I'm good.
We had invited Nigel B as well, but due to unforeseen circumstances, he can't be with us. So we will have him on at another time, because you're going to come on again with us.
Yeah.
You're looking quite distinguished today with your grey beard.
Well, you know, it's just a lockdown, isn't it? I can't diet. It's not working for me. You know what I mean?
Would you diet?
No way. You have to grow gracefully, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. So what we're going to do, we're going to just generally chat. And hey, Roger.
Hey, Rod.
Hey, Lisa.
Manjit.
Guys, if you want to jump on at any time, holler at us. And if you want to talk to Goody, ask him any questions, put him on the spot. Let's do it. Let's blow him up.
Please. He's looking way too calm and cool.
Yeah,
and
just
collected.
nice and calm. Let us know. We'll send you out the link so that you can jump on with us and join the conversation if you want to join in. So, Goods.
Yeah.
Come on. How's lockdown been treating you?
You know what? I mean, I hear a lot of people talking about, you know, like stressing them out. And, you know, I suppose if you're someone who works and is not working, or you're self-employed like myself and you're not, it can be a stressful time.
Yeah.
But for me, it maybe gives me a little bit more time to think a little bit more, be a little bit more creative, you know, think about the future and, you know, events coming up and so forth and whatnot, which is maybe not guaranteed at the moment with Doris talking about, you know.
Good old
lockdown.
Doris.
Yeah, I mean, more lockdown, more this, more that. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I get stressed out about that. It's more a boredom thing for me. Like, you know, I'm so used to moving around, and I suppose you can still do your thing, but you can't move around or go to nowhere, or, you know, have a meeting with someone to clash heads or whatever, because you're supposed to social distance, you know, and stay in your own bubble and all that kind of thing. It may stress out people, but for me, I'm all right. I'm a bit bored. I think boredom is more my thing at the moment.
Yeah, because you're always busy.
Yeah.
So how does this lockdown though affect? Because obviously street sounds.
Yep.
So how does this affect you guys?
Boy.
I know a lot of DJs on the timeline are like, nah.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Like, I mean, you know, luckily for me, you know, some people look at me as being like the hustler or whatever. I'm a hustler, but I'm a business person first at hand. And so with all the events I've done over the years, and, you know, you have to put out a little something for a rainy day. But as it stands right now, with, you know, virtually no income coming in from not DJing, radio, you know, voiceovers or anything along those lines of entertainment, it's a hard trek.
Yeah, this is really going to separate the geniuses, you know, because you're going to have to start thinking outside the box. Now, I know you guys did that with the Street Sound brunch.
Yeah.
Talk us through that. Like, how was that? Because for us as the ravers, I think the first one was really good. Second one was good. But the stopping and starting, and I think being like, we're not going to go into it, but
let's not go into that. Yeah,
we're not going to go into that. But being a person who likes to dance,
and can't sit her backside down.
What? When you're playing "Do It for the Love" by Chronics and I can't dance. For the raver, it is strange because, as I was saying before you come on, I was jungle and garage before I came to your scene, but there's something about the vibes that you lot put in, the way you play the music, the way you talk, all that kind of stuff.
Definitely the vibe.
The vibe is different from any other sound. So I can go to different raving scenes and enjoy myself, but there's something about use lot's dances, something about a street sound dance that I just love. But the coming out during this time and worrying during the pandemic and all of the rest of it, it is strange. So how has it been hosting events like that during this time?
I mean, to be quite honest, the Street Sound brunch was a bit of a lifeline for us. Obviously, I mean, brunches have been going on for a hot minute.
Yeah.
At the time when they was going on, we were still doing our normal thing. There was no lockdown, so.
Oh, good, man.
Road people, there's somebody upon the line. What up to you?
God.
Yeah. So, you know, due to that, I wasn't really into the brunch thing. I didn't have any knowledge of it. I know people went and had a great time, but I just didn't have the knowledge to know how to put things together. You know what I mean? But obviously, on going forward, you know, and being forced to think outside the box, you start looking at things you can do to generate cash flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And obviously, you know, myself, Ray, and Dodd had a little bit of a chat, and one of the club owners gave us a call. You know, and one of the people that was actually doing events in the actual venue that we use hit us up and said, like, you know, you're not interested in doing a brunch. And I was like, I don't know, it's not my bag, as they say, you know, and so forth. But we, we thought to ourselves, you know, well, let's have a look. So, you know, we had a chat, went down to the venue.
Yeah.
I thought, well, this might be how it work. You know what I mean? So I came up with the name Street Sound Brunch. And we kind of agreed on that. And the rest was history. But I'll tell you something, I mean, it opened my eyes to the possibilities of doing things that I've never done before. But yeah, as you're saying, it is a difficult thing to police. Yeah. Because when those brunches were going on before lockdown, people were able to get out of their chairs and party and do all that stuff anyway. Yeah. So to try and bring, I don't want to say it, but to try and bring the ghetto youth into the party, to say to them, yo, you know what I mean?
Ghetto youth them.
Yeah, it was always a bit, you know, I mean, I think the first one, it kind of worked a bit better. I mean, it was a lot more, you got a lot more leeway to dance, I think, in the first one.
Yeah.
Even though we were saying sit down and so forth and whatnot, and there were a lot of parts where they had to stop the whole dance and, you know, whatever. But I did think that there was a lot more leeway in the first one. But I think in the second one, you know, adding another room, which is more people to police, became a difficult scenario. Mm-hmm. And I think around about that time, that, you know, the lockdown was virtually coming around again. So I think, you know, as a club owner, people were getting a bit, you know, let's get people sitting down kind of thing.
Yeah, because it's a 10 grand fine, isn't it?
Yeah, all day long. So
I think that's where, sit down.
Yeah, I think that's where people start to get a bit shook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in that retrospect, we had to, you know, follow the rules right to the very end kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So which then, I suppose, made the dance not as free-flowing as it should be. But in my eyes, boy, some music, some food, and a few restrictions were worth it while sitting in your yard and looking at TV. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, a good look, and we'll be continuing to do them, even when lockdown is now over, because now I know it's another avenue.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay.
What other things do you think you'd be looking at other than brunches, or is there just, because of the lockdown, that's it? That's all we can.
At this present moment in time, if we do stay in lockdown and have restrictions along those lines, then I think brunches will be the only thing you can do, because obviously the government are now saying bubbles of 6. I don't know where they come up with that one, but yeah, bubbles of 6. You know what I mean? So in that retrospect, Jesus Christ. Sorry, that's football.
Arsenal playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you agreed to do this if Arsenal was playing.
Yeah, there you go.
You've been losing a lot lately. You lot have been losing a lot lately.
I've got back on a run again, but anyway, that's another story. Otherwise, this interview might finish. You know what I mean? So, with the bubbles of 6 scenario in play, you're limited to what you can do anyway.
Right.
And it just seems like the brunches are the things that get you under the radar, where you can do things to a certain degree, but it is difficult to get people to sit down when they hear a good tune.
And they're drinking.
Yeah. And we ain't been out for nearly a year.
Yeah.
Think about it. March is going to be a year. We ain't danced for a year. We can't sing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Where did they get that you can't sing things?
Because I think you're projecting the corona in the air.
Just look at all of them. None of them can sing up in that cabinet. That's why. Such an idiot rule.
You can't sing.
You can't hum.
It's all of the things that
make life enjoyable.
Yeah, all the social aspects of life has been really attacked during this.
Yeah.
We got a comment for you. Lady V Henry says, "Has the millions come in handy now, Goody?" Now you're on lockdown. The millions come in.
I wish I had millions. Yeah? Let's just say I save. We'll leave it there. Let's just say I save, and we'll leave it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So in terms of Stamp, so we done Stamp, 2019, isn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent event.
Amazing
experience, vibes like no other. And then pandemic came, swiped out 2020. We're going to try and go again this year. How are you feeling about that? Talk to me about that.
Within this pandemic, all you can really be is optimistic. You can't actually, I'm a bit dubious about what's going on. As I said, Doris doesn't know what he's doing at the moment, and it's just a consistent thing of moving the goalposts. I am sitting here saying to myself that June, if the restrictions, and I don't think the restrictions are going to be completely lifted. That's my personal opinion.
No, neither do I.
But in other countries, it's a different ball back. It's a different ball. Yeah,
they handled it the way they were supposed to handle it from the beginning.
Exactly. So if we are leaving this country in October to go to another country, I'm not worried so much about the restrictions here. I'm more worried about the restrictions there. And if the restrictions there are not, because obviously, for those who don't know, I was in Dubai for Christmas.
Right.
And I went across to Abu Dhabi as well. And obviously the restrictions down there, as of now, have to wear your mask when you're out, have to wear your mask in the mall. When you're sitting on the beach, you can take your mask off, but as soon as you get up and go to the toilet or to the bar, you have to put your mask back on.
And the mask is a killer for me, man. I can't take it.
What happens if you flunk those rules?
What, in Dubai?
It's not see, everyone thinks they're gonna
your hands up.
You're gonna get hung and whipped.
Hand chop off.
Basically, in the hotel, I was pulled up about 9 times. Yeah.
Okay.
Because prior to going to Dubai, I was not really a mask advocate.
But that's such a black thing. How can you get pulled up 9 times in Abu Dhabi and Dubai? That is so black.
Goody's a whole rebel out here in the Dubai streets, boy.
9 times, they're like that.
Yeah. In the hotel, there was a couple of securities that were on me, which is cool because they weren't rude. They were very polite.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Can you put your mask back on, please? That kind of scenario. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, okay, and it wasn't so much that I took it off. It was more so that I had it down below my nose. So I just opened my mouth, can't be doing that whole can't breathe thing. You know what I mean? So they would just ask you very politely. You put it up and go about your business. So it wasn't really more than my job's worth kind of thing. You know what I mean? They were quite cool and calm. When you got in the cab, they didn't really even ask you the questions. And I had the mask on, but most times I would figure right down in the cab and they wouldn't say nothing to me.
Right.
When you went to the mall, because it's a big place,
right?
People are walking with their mask, but there's some with their mask on their nose, some with the mask off their mouth, some. It just depends on what. But if there was a security guard standing there somewhere and he could be bothered, he may say to you, "Sir, your mask, please," very politely, and you put your mask back up. So it weren't stringent policing it along those lines, but you was always aware because of the fact that everyone who was around you had a mask on.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, especially if we went into a shop.
The masking of that hot heat, boy.
I don't know.
I've just said that. Remember, in the mall.
Yeah. Aircon. Yeah.
So when you go out to the beach area or to the pool area, once you sit down, you take your mask completely off.
Right.
And sunbathe and do all the things and drink and eat and so on. When you get up to go to the toilet, you've got to take your mask with you. Yeah, so that was but most times, I forgot. Too many times I forgot to put my mask on and walk to the toilet.
Yeah, because it's just not normal.
Yeah, I mean, it's not nice. And the fact is, look, I got my debut of wearing the mask when I got on the plane, and I was wearing for 7 hours, on the flight.
Can you not even like tuck it under your nose a bit?
You can remember, I'll always try to get away with something, me. So most times it was here, and you can sit in your chair, and if they saw you, like, one of the staff, they would say, "Sir, your mask," and that's it. It was never really anything more than so. And when they walked off, I pull it back down again, because I'm not about that life. You know what I mean? But that's what it's like there now. I have under good authority that at the moment they've kind of closed their borders to the UK, because there was like East London at one stage, So in that retrospect, it was something along those lines. Right. But as regards to Touch T just sent me a message saying, "Not a good idea that only members can comment or contribute to the show." What should I tell him?
Join the group.
Touch T, join the group. Yeah, yeah. So it's one of those scenarios where I think maybe ongoing forward, as I said to you, June, I'm hoping that some restrictions are lifted here. Yeah, I mean, and you can do a little bit more here, because I think as much as we have all the technology, you see out there, you see in Dubai, don't play. Them man there, I've got it on lock. You go to the airport, you get a test in the airport. Yeah. You get a test in the airport. So if you haven't had a test here in London, you can go to. Bearing in mind, the test here is £120. Yeah. And you cannot get the free test that you can get on the NHS does not cover you to fly.
Of course not.
So you have to go and pay for one. Yeah. But in Dubai, you can get the test in the airport for free.
This is what I'm saying. Right. It's a money making thing in some aspects.
So when I got the test in the airport, I was, they give you 24 hours, and then they contact you on a text to say you've passed, or if you haven't passed, they've already got your details, and they can tell you, say, stay in the hotel. Now this is where it gets a bit different in Abu Dhabi. When you land, if you test positive for corona, they come to your hotel and they give you a tracking device.
No.
Yeah. Like a tag, yeah? And that stays on with you, and so you can't leave your hotel. And if you leave, it's got GPS. So
and then you're going to jail.
Right. So, or fined. It's more so fined. But that's right. That's right this very second, yeah? That's not like when, down the line. And I'm hoping that, that's what I'm saying to you, I'm hoping that down the line, maybe June, because really, truly, let's be real here. If we're still in this madness by June, July, we're in a lot of trouble. Right. Economically, as well as traveling.
A whole tracking device, sorry.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, because their technology
like a tag, like an ankle bracelet.
It's like a big round watch.
Wow.
Oh, no.
And it's busted up.
We've had a few people join. We've got Dre DaCosta says evening Dre. Michael Shand, Steve Oram has said thanks for the promotion for Proud and Gifted.
Proud and Gifted in the house.
Yes.
All right. So good. So let's get into the nitty gritty. I want to pick your brain. So I was explaining that we're quite close. We're not close. We're very not quite close. We're very close. And across the years, I've seen you just do amazing things, which requires a lot of time. I would say that you're the type of person that's quite set in their ways. So when we first started, doing business together, I remember one time, Goody, we had a catering company, and he had to go and deliver some food to a job, but something went wrong with his car.
Okay.
So off he went to fix his car. The customers were calling me.
Sorry.
Where's the things? Where's the food? I found Goody. Oh, I'm at the mechanics. Why are you at the mechanics? We had one big argument, remember? Yes. Your blood clot, fuck off! That's how we behaved with each other. But we over the years, we've managed to work. Because I was like, what the hell are you doing at the mechanics? Like,
Natalie, bearing in mind, the job was in Newham,
Yeah.
And I live in East London, so if I didn't fix the car, the job wasn't getting there anyway. So where's the catch-22? Do you see what I mean?
But did you let them know, though?
No, she had.
Let me know. Could you not take a cab and then sort out your car afterwards?
Yeah, was Uber about?
No, Uber was bad then.
No, Uber.
What about gold cars?
What you mean, like cab?
Addison Lee.
What? Trisha, Addison Lee, you know.
You could have done something better than what you did.
No, I could have left my car where it was, which is not in a good place to park it, and jump in the cab and go. I could have.
What was wrong with the car?
It just wouldn't start.
Oh, no. So you don't even know how long you're going to be.
People have paid for their food. There was another time we had a wedding to cater for.
You're not getting there.
That's dread.
You're not getting there.
Late.
That's what I'm saying. But I got it there, innit?
No, you were late and you didn't give a fuck. And you didn't care. You know what I mean? And then there was another time we had a wedding to cater.
Yeah.
And we sent him to the shop to get something. Where's Goody? Goody's selling dancehall tickets. The people them's wedding, you know. We've got things to do and you're selling dancehall tickets. So that was another argument. But I've got like such a bond and a great brother-sister relationship. And over the years, I've learned how to talk to you and how to deal with you. But I would say that you are very set in your ways. No one can't tell you're a ass. How do you manage relationships being a DJ with such a hard head, being such a strong promoter in the game? How does it work for you with relationships? Hypothetically, no relationship in particular.
Big up Natalie Chin, big up Lady Ranks, just joined your group, locked in.
Yeah.
How do I manage my relationships, my DJ life?
I'm make sure I'm keeping people. Yep.
It's a difficult one. I suppose anyone who's going to be with me, like from the off, must know that I'm quite popular in the entertainment world.
Right.
I don't feel like you can hide that from anybody. You know, I suppose, and let's be real, most of the people that I've met who I've had a relationship with, I've met them from the entertainment world, whether it be a party, a christening, or whatever it may be. I haven't met no one at a funeral yet, but there you go.
Time for that.
Or wherever, you know.
Hey.
You know, I don't know. I mean, I suppose when you meet someone and you go out for that initial drink or a bit of food to you know, to get to know what that person's all about, you have that discussion. You know, this, I do that, whatever, blah 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 blah. Now, it takes a special kind of woman to even be with a DJ in the first place. Let's be real.
Yeah,
very.
You know, I mean, we're constantly around women. Women are constantly throwing their underwear at us. Back in the day, anyway, not so much now, but yeah, back in the day, you know, we are, as they call us, the ghetto fabulous superstars. You know,
yeah.
The equivalent to, I don't know what to say, but equivalent to, you know, I suppose how the average person would like an actor from a film or whatever. We are that, but we are accessible, whereas the A-listers are not so much accessible.
Yeah, you lot have got community dick, innit?
Yeah, there you go. So we know. So
share the willy.
Well, I wouldn't share the willy, but you know, we are the next in line to the superstars. So
she said the next in line to chlamydia.
Natalie?
DJs are nasty though. Oh, but DJs are dutties, and no one can tell me any different. Well, we had this discussion before, didn't we?
Right.
At the other No Bravado, but we didn't get to air it.
Yeah, yeah.
When we had the sit-down discussion.
Yeah.
And I just feel like DJs are going to do what DJs are going to do.
Right.
What are they going to do?
Everything with everyone.
But remember, yeah, let me spell this out for you. A DJ who just started to do his thing, and I mean, he just started to get through the ranks, it's an ego thing. And it's a thing that where, you know, how many can I get? What can I do? It's a famous thing. Yeah.
Did you have that phase?
Oh yeah, without doubt. When I was in my early 20s, I was prolific. Let's be real about this. I'm not going to try and hide. Prolific. I was terrible, but it was the fame, it was the notoriety. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Oh, there's Good Groove, you know, and then the girls then was on me. Like it was that thing. And, you know, I don't know, I can't speak for a woman, but for a man who has, wherever you go to play music, you've got like 10, 15 women want to be up in your grill. Right. Yeah? You're going to want to say to yourself, well, I'll have some of that. Once sooner or later, you're going to say, I'm going to have some of that. You know,
so out of the 10 to 15 women that want to be all up in your grill, how many of them did you get into their grill?
How many what? How many did I get into their grill?
How many grills did you service?
Yeah.
No, I can't say that.
You can't even answer that question. Like,
let's just say I was a busy guy. Yeah.
So how do you differentiate? Because on the last No Bravado that we didn't get to air, you called a specific type of lady a beating stick.
Sorry, that cracked me up.
Beating stick.
Can you?
So explain what a beating stick is, and what makes you differentiate from a beating stick to someone that you're going to say this is your wife. So this is your girl. You know,
there are types of women out there who know you have a girlfriend or wife or whatever it may be, and are still interested in being with you sexually regardless. There are women who don't care whether you just want to have sex with them and give them some free tickets to come to dance. There were different types of women. We call them, so them women's are called MC Peggies.
What
you said?
Those women's, the women who just want to have sex with you and
Rewind. No. What do you call them, Peggy? What?
We call them MC Peggies.
MC Peggies.
Why? Why? You didn't tell us that.
Because they bounce from different DJ to DJ. Is that what it is?
And they love talk on the mic.
So what's Peggy got to do with it?
Why Peggy of all of the names?
I'm sure you can read between the lines on that one. Yeah.
Oh my God! He said MC Peggy.
Yeah.
No,
MC Peggy.
Beating stick was bad.
Yeah. So then obviously there are women who, as I said to you already, they know you got a woman, they know you're married, and they still want to have sexual relations with you, and are quite happy for you just to come around the house, give them a beating, and go home.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes a man want to engage with a woman like that?
I suppose it's a difficult one because, as I said to you, it's an ego thing. Like, you know, some people have got their woman and there's a woman paying them some attention, you know, and especially when you say to that woman, listen, you know, some people don't say it.
Yeah.
But if you say to the woman, listen, I've got a woman, like, well, go on. And then, you know, you might get that feisty comment like, I don't want to sleep with your woman, I want to sleep with you.
Okay.
Wendy said free tickets for sex, damn.
And that's what I saw. but for me, if
absolutely, Wendy.
As a human being that would like their willy to stay attached to them and not fall off because of crosses, wouldn't you not sleep with a woman who would sleep with you simply for free tickets? Because if she'd sleep with anyone for free tickets, that means the world is literally her oyster, or her oyster is literally the world.
Sparkle.
So when you guys worry about your sexual health,
Sparkle, can you let her in? I don't know how that works. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that now. I'll let her in.
So remember, It's one thing you women seem to not understand, and I need to set the record straight.
Says ego, and I agree with that, Quince.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you on soon, Quince. Go on.
Just because a woman wants to sleep with you, regardless, of you having a woman, doesn't necessarily mean she's a disease bag. Do you understand?
No, okay, but if she's gonna sleep with you to get free tickets,
no.
The alarm bells are loud.
That's not what they sleep with you for. I'm just saying. Okay. I'll just make that as a reference. That's
all she requires is a couple of.
She doesn't say to me, "Oh, give me some tickets now. I'll sleep with you."
Some brandy and a free ticket.
Like it's like obviously that call will come near the time to ask you a question like, me and my friends want to come there. Can I get some tickets, please? And I'll be like, well, yeah, you can get one, but your friends have to pay. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily, for tickets per se. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes it comes with things, isn't it? I suppose if you look at it from a logical perspective, you've got friends that come to your dances all the time, yeah? Mm-hmm. And sometimes they pay, sometimes they don't pay. If I give them a free ticket, doesn't mean they're sleeping with me. It just means I'm giving them a free ticket. So I'm saying, so it just falls in with the line of they can ask. Doesn't mean they're always going to get, if you see what I mean. But, going back to the fact, if you sleep with a woman because she knows if you sleep with a girl and she knows you've got a woman, doesn't necessarily she's loose or she's trying to put around the door. So when you made that comment about chlamydia,
no, that's just the range of women that DJs are known for sleeping with. So it's like you said, DJs are next in line for chlamydia because they get it popping.
No, but then remember, so let's say you was dating a DJ, yeah, mm-hmm. And he had 3 other girls on the go, as well as you,
without me knowing or with me knowing?
Without you knowing.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that mean that because he's with 3 different girls on 3 different occasions, he's going to give you the chlamydia?
Very possibly.
Well, more possibly, but maybe not. Because
it might be gonorrhea.
Because he may be using protection with 3 of those and not using protection with you.
The best protection he could use
is of course.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there as a scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like some men are busy. Yeah. Some men are not so busy. But back in the day, in the 90s, I was prolific. Yeah. And in all of that time, in around that time, I never caught no sexually transmitted disease.
Okay.
And that's me being.
I've heard a couple of guys say that. To be fair.
Yeah, because you got to be. Because remember,
they say they know.
Yeah, you got to be. If you're gonna do that shit, then you got to pick. You don't just take anything, because any woman would come to you and you might look at her and think, nah, man, you don't look too good again. Move off. You understand? Because you have to. I don't think you're gonna take something just because she's giving it to you. Yeah.
Can I just? Holly said my ex of 8 years was a DJ. Slag.
But you know what?
Holly.
I'm very interested to know if she met him at the beginning, in the middle, or was he just coming through the ranks? I've been playing DJing for 30 plus years.
Right.
Yeah, and let's be real. Like after 10 years of getting on crazy, it becomes a sign with, cool. I've had your share, my share, his share. Yeah, I'm all right now, kind of thing. Like, chuck, and I'm not gonna say, it's just like women. Women, I heard women say that, there's no men in your dance. And I said to them, well, what do you want men for? I don't want to sleep with them. I just want to look at them.
Yeah, I've said that to you.
Yeah,
because you don't want to be MC Peggy, so you don't want to sleep with the MCs them, but you want a nice guy to look at. But it's a bit gay.
Right. You see,
it's a fanny fest.
Fanny fest.
What's that?
She said it's a fanny fest, and I said, yeah.
Well, you know what
fanny
it is.
Roasting pot boy.
That's the thing about it. Like we have no control over it. You know what I mean? And I don't want a Batman fest, so I saw the thing said. You know what I mean?
She said Panani party. Fool you now.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Okay. So we're going to just ask, I don't want to ask you about your personal business, but just from the perspective of a guy. And guys on the chat chime in as well. If you've got a girl, what makes you say, I'm going to step out? Because I know you've cheated. at some point during your life. What drives a man to do that?
If I go back,
you've got a girl at home that you love, what makes you say, I'm going to take a slice off of MC Peggy?
No, we don't do MC Peggy. Yeah.
All right.
Some men do MC Peggy. Yeah.
Some men do MC Peggy.
Yeah. But I mean, if I go back to my early days, there wasn't necessarily a reason. It was just greed. You know.
Right.
When I first come through, it was greed and ego. You know, the fact that one wants you, and you can go and get something, and it might not come out in the wash. You understand? You know, then it's cool. But but going on, getting older, it's a different game you're playing here, because I suppose sometimes you step out because maybe your relationship's not 100, but most times there's nothing wrong with your relationship. It's just lust. Yeah.
And new pom pom.
It's lust.
No, but don't you find that's such an honest answer that there's nothing wrong with the relationship, but don't you find as a guy and guys that when they are caught out or when it does come up, they always find a fault? It's like they clutch onto something to have a reason of why they've done that.
Right.
Some people, if there's no reason, then you can't clutch onto nothing. You're supposed to just hold up your hands and say, all right, you know what I mean? Which not many men do anyway. Let's be real here. You know what I mean? I was one of them people. My motto is, unless you come and touch me on my back, it wasn't me. You understand? So, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Actually catch you with it.
Right. If you're caught, and many a persons I've been caught red-handed before in my life. If you're caught red-handed, you have to eat humble pie. Yeah. If there is something wrong with your relationship, then you can address that situation. But let's be real. That ain't no excuse to do what you do. I'm not trying to defend you. Yeah, if there's something wrong with your relationship, then get out. You know? But a lot of us don't. We try to have our cake and eat it, and then some people say, in order to go over there and lust with somebody else, it helps the relationship along the line when things are going shit there, because you've got something to go to. You understand? That's what people say. Yeah. For me, I say, if you're having a problem with your relationship, then get out. Yeah. But it's easier said than done, because if you love that girl, even though you're having problems, you can't just jump out. You know what I mean?
That's fair. I've got 2 questions.
Send the link, Anthony. Check your messenger. Go on.
I've got one question that says, do you feel bad from Sammy Joe? Do you feel bad once you get caught? And another question from Wendy McLean says, how would you feel if your woman cheated on you? So
yes, Wendy, let's get into it.
So the first one, if you don't have any feelings for your woman or you don't love her, then you won't feel bad. Yeah, you feel shame that you got caught. Yeah, but you won't feel bad. Yeah, and if you don't love her, you're gonna just think, so well, fuck it. So what? I got caught. You know what I mean? I'll move on. And I think that's how I used to be when I was younger. When I was younger, I had about 3 or 4 girls on the go. And I got caught one time, red-handed, like coming to dance with the girl on my arm, and my girl's standing at the bar, and I'm looking at her thinking, oh, for fuck. Didn't know she was going to be there. You know what I mean? She came up to me and said to me, who's that? And I said, what are you asking stupid questions for? You know who it is. You know what I mean? That's why you came here. But it's cool. And I kind of was quite arrogant about it. She told me to fuck off, and the girl who was on my arm told me to fuck off, and they both left. And I felt a bit embarrassed for a while. And then the following day, number 3 come into play. You understand? So I didn't really care. But as you get older, you start to learn that it ain't that. You understand? You got to. I'm not trying to advocate here that when you get older, you got to change or be someone else. But if your mindset hasn't changed from the beginning of time to now, then you're going to be a lonely old man. Yeah. As they say, you're picked shit. You understand? So I believe if you can cheat on your woman, that's bad enough anyway. Yeah. But if you don't have just don't care about it, you're not remorse for it, then you didn't love her anyway. So I suppose maybe the person you getting caught done you a favor. I suppose. You understand? But you can't just cheat and be like, You can. You know, everyone's different. I mean, but you gotta be remorseful. If my woman cheated on me, it'll just be as bad as if I cheated on her. I think feelings are feelings. If you don't care, again, and I think sometimes men are different. If he didn't really care about her, but he found out she was cheating, he'd be vexed just all the same. Because men look at women as being people who don't cheat. Women look at men.
Why is that? Let's get into the psychology.
Is that why you guys have a stroke if a woman, you know, talks to someone else, let alone does anything, and guys have whole outside kids and
I think because from conversations that I've had, I think that they think we associate sex with love.
Yeah,
so if we've cheated with someone, that means we're investing.
Yeah.
Whereas for them, it's just sex. For men, they seem to be able to separate sex and love, whereas women tend to, not all women, but some women tend to be really emotionally invested if we're gonna go down that road. So I think that's why they have a whole heart attack. I think it's ego. It's a part of, that's my property, you're my property, so you can't do that. I've heard arguments of, well, you're the woman, so you're internally taking guys in. So it's a, what did you say, Good?
I've heard that one.
Yeah, you're internally taking guys in, so it's more damaging for you than it is for us, which I don't think it is. I think, yes, I agree that when we're having sex with men, we have to, you know my whole thing about energy and spiritual ties and all the rest of it anyway. But men have to realize that when they're having sex with women, they're being charged as well. So the energy connections are just as dangerous for men as they are for women. But that's my opinion on it.
Sparkle Deschamps says, as a man who could have a girl child or has one, how would you address this issue if your daughter was treated this way?
Let's be real. Yeah, if you're someone like me and your daughter is being cheated on by a man, you're gonna want to punch at the man. Let's be real. But there's a thin line in the sand, because sometimes I believe that, you know, I was given a girl child for a reason. You understand? Because I was prolific about my daughter. Jesus Christ, was I prolific? You understand? But you know, I don't think me having a girl child changed my dynamics on what I was doing. But as they get older, you start saying, is that a karma thing now? You know what I mean? So, you know, but I suppose any father who, you know, is a father to his child, especially a girl child, human, I'm gonna punch up. You know, it's life. Men cheat on people sometimes. Women cheat on people sometimes. If it's your daughter, it's going to hurt a little bit more. But remember, they are adults as well. So as long as the man ain't putting his hand on it, she'll have to deal with that in her own way. But you can't be, there's no way, if I knew who her boyfriend was and he came up in one of my dances with another girl, I'm going to tell him to leave differently.
Right.
I wouldn't strangle him up.
You know, like, we've had conversations about this on this platform already. And me and you have spoken, and I honestly feel like you need to be the man that you want your daughter to attract, because going back to, I mean, you've said to me, I don't believe what you believe anyway, but but I do believe that girls, we're just attracted to men figures that are like our dad. So you kind of want to be the type of man that you want your daughter to attract.
Yeah, I suppose so. But then when you look at it from a perspective, it's past tense. I can't take back what I've done. You know what I mean? So ongoing forward, you know.
It's an entrapment show. Sorry, Chris. No, it ain't. Chris said, I rate you, Goody, for coming on the entrapment show. Get out of here. It's the
we're gonna touch on loads of subjects.
We're gonna touch on things. We're not entrapping you.
But it's good to get some perspective.
It's good to get perspective. Go on, Good.
Yeah, I believe that if you've already that man who's done that, you can't take it back. The only good thing about me was, you know, and I can stand testament to that, my daughter never met any of the women I was messing with. Never met any of the women when I wasn't messing around. Yeah, when it was going to be a serious relationship, and I'd been with them for more than 2 years, then they might get an introduction.
Right.
But it was never a case of, oh, you know, like somebody sees, oh, this is my new girlfriend, oh, this is my new girlfriend, oh, this is, no. And even with her mother was the same. I wouldn't allow her to, you know, even though I wasn't with her, you know, you can't be bringing 100 man to the yards. And Shama thinking, you know, my daughter thinking, oh, it's okay to do that. Because as much as you say we are who we are, if you're living with your mum, the mum, how can, if you see 6 men coming in the yard, then you think that's the life you're supposed to live. You know, I was very protective of my daughter. You know, my son is a different kettle of fish altogether because he wants to be the chip of the old block, which I said to him, he don't gossip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he wants to be me 20 years ago or 30 years ago. You know what I mean? So
kind of is.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. There you go. But you know what I mean? But the strange thing about it was I didn't show him anything.
No, but that's the thing, because Wendy was just saying on the comments, like, my dad was very arrogant and I don't want my man to have a trait like that. But being able to consciously identify traits that you don't want and being spiritually caught up in a cycle of your parents is completely different. So even though you didn't show your son, you know what I mean, when we was running our restaurant and stuff like that, I remember your son was a kid.
Yes.
He wouldn't have necessarily have seen all of that, but you got DNA.
Yeah,
you've got spirit. You know, it's in his DNA, isn't it? So,
but also my son,
yeah,
you know, who is, I would say, very proud of me and my stature and what I've done over the years. Seems to gravitate to a lot of people who know of me. You know, so imagine, as they say, you know, it goes around in circles. I may have dated a woman who has a daughter now, and my son knows the daughter. Then that becomes a scenario where the mum knows who, that's my son, and then says, oh, yeah, I know your dad. He was A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So there's a circle that comes around, you know what I mean? The good thing about it is there's no I don't have that much bad press on the road as a youngster, you know what I mean? So he knows about me. He knows of me. He knows what kind of person I am. Yeah, but now, obviously, as an older man now, he doesn't see those traits anymore, and I'm more schooling him about, yo, stop with the girl thing. It don't work around here. You know what I mean? Which is sometimes a bit contradictory if you look at it from that. But you don't have to be me. You know, be someone else. You know, I believe that you must be yourself, and you know, as much as you know, my dad was a gallus. Yeah,
so was mine.
And maybe I got his trait, but I saw that with my own eyes, my dad being a gallus. So I see that, you know, my son never saw that from me. My daughter never saw that from me. So I made sure that stayed way out of the pack, you know. But as I said, going forward, you know, I've had some great long-term relationships, and when they become long-term, my children see those people. So they don't know anything else other than that person.
Right.
Which does be a good thing, you know.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Good. When considering, because this was a meme that we put up in the group the other day, so we asked Gentleman Blanket, when considering a serious partner, does the amount of sexual partners she's had in the past impact your decision to move forward with her? And if so, why?
I think it's a hard one, because you know what? If she's had a lot of sexual partners and I don't know them, or they're not of my industry, or
your circle,
you know, then I suppose you can overlook that. If you've hit a good few from my circuit, or even from another DJ circuit, or even from the raving scene as a whole, doesn't necessarily have to be mine. No, I'm not about that.
So what's a decent number in your opinion?
I don't know what a decent number is.
So if someone came to you and you was having like a conversation, he's getting to know her, and she said, oh, I don't know, in my younger days, I, you know, wasn't really sure of myself and I've slept with 30 men. Would you run for the hills?
It would be, it might make me look at her in a different way at first.
Why?
Oh, that's a lot of men.
How many women have you slept with? Like, all right, so like,
my phone.
all right, but I'm like, okay, so guys, I get it, but I'm just going to ask the question to be controversial anyway. what do you think is an acceptable number of women? So if a guy was to say, like, I've slept with 50 women, would you raise an eyebrow? Or would that
I'm a man, so I don't know. It's acceptable to a woman, you know.
It's not fucking
acceptable. I've slept with a lot of women over the years.
As your lawyer, don't answer that.
So
Quincy said, as your lawyer, Goody, don't answer that.
Quincy thinks we're entrapping you, but we're not entrapping. We're trying to get to the...
Yeah, we just want to know.
We just want to know what's what. Because, like you just said, 30, if a woman said to you, I've slept with 30 men, you'd be like,
But is that 30 before 30? Is that 30 before 50?
Well, it doesn't matter. So there's a thing here,
yeah?
The majority of the women I slept with was in my younger ages. As I got older, it became less and less. So if you're telling me that, if the woman's telling me within the last, I don't know, 10 years, I've slept with 30 men, I'll be like, well, that's like 3 a year. You know what I mean? Like, what? What one? You know what I mean? But
yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but if you say that you slept with 30 women, 30 men, and you're now 50, yeah, and like, you know, this happened in 20 odd years ago, you can't look at them and say, well, no, man, you're not acceptable. There's got to be some give and take.
Okay, but Shantice has a good question. She said, if she slept with more men than you, would you be okay with that? Wow. Not more men that you've slept with, but you know what I mean. If she slept with more men than you have women,
would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
You know, I think it depends on how many the man slept with first. Yeah. And secondly, it depends how secure you are within yourself. Because, again, it's about the time frame. You know, I'd say 70% of the women I slept with before I was 30. Yeah? So the number that I've slept with, 70% of that was before I was 30.
What happened? You got tired?
Yeah.
All right, we've got someone who wants to come on, join us, the conversation. So we're going to admit him and let him join the conversation for a little bit. Yeah? You okay with that? He's not going to entrap you.
There's no entrapping going on here.
I know, tell Quincy again. No one's entrapping nobody.
Steve said, could we please pause the chat? I need to talk with my boy. No bloody comment.
Anthony, put your camera on. Anthony? Okay, we're going to put him back in the waiting room. Put back in the waiting room. When you turn your camera on, Anthony, then you can come back. Anybody else got questions for Goody or want to jump on and chat with him live? Then let us know. We'll send you the link. So, sorry, we were saying.
How many men would you need to know yourself, though? That's what Roger said. I don't think always sleeping. I don't think sometimes women sleeping with men is because they want to get to know themselves. I think sometimes. Roger said, how many men? This is to women. How many men would you need to know yourself, though? I don't think women all, like, if a woman sleeps with a lot of men, if a woman sleeps with a lot of men, I don't always necessarily think she's trying to find herself.
No.
Well, I mean, it happens. I mean, there's people, as I said to you, who makes this number first? Who says that this is the number?
What's the acceptable number?
Yeah. I don't think...
Your personal choice, what you're comfortable with.
Well, it doesn't work like that, does it? You might meet 10 men, 3 of them treat you shit, 2 of them are gallus, one of them is all right, but that doesn't live up to the expectations, and the other 2 were good guys. So you could have slept with 10 men to find that Mr. Right.
Yeah.
Or so they call it, Mr. Right.
But then the lady would be judged on that, though.
She would.
You would be. I mean, it's a society that does that, yeah? You know, if I put my number up in the air of how much women I slept with, I'd be judged. I would be. You know what I mean? I mean, if I was a woman, they could call me MC Peggy. You understand? But the fact remains is, you know, I was within a place where I could do that. I was in a place where You know, I was the boss. Do what I want, how I want, where I want. I broke a lot of hearts when I was younger.
Yeah. So then that's just added to one of those women's counts.
Of course.
She's not going to necessarily go into it thinking, but she's now got a notch while she's run off. Do you know what I mean? And it's not unique to you. I love your honesty, to be fair. I didn't even think he was going to be so open. But it just seems like women get the raw deal, because sometimes you can be just hoodwinked, pun intended.
Yeah.
And then she's racked up numbers, and then all of a sudden she's not touchable. She's not wifey material. She's not this. She's not that. When guys have not really been
consistent,
consistent or forthcoming. But
just kissing pure frogs, but not on purpose. Yeah, thinking that they're her prince, and then they're not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's where your numbers sometimes go up. All those people they just don't fuck with anybody. Yeah, but that's a problem, because you sit down for a period of time, and then when you do eventually open yourself to somebody and they're a bag of shit, it's like you feel like you wasted 10 years to find that man, and then he's shit. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm not saying you must go out there and fuck the world until you find somebody, but I'm saying sometimes
that don't work.
Numbers do rack up. But remember, first and foremost, you've got to be eligible to do this in the first place. Yeah, some men now make it. Yeah, I saw a thing from Simply Divine say maybe men don't do it that much because their things ain't working again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If your things not working, then you won't be getting what you're getting, isn't it? It's the way it is. Everything is a thing. You know what I mean? And I was one of those people who was, I don't want to say the word lucky enough before women kind of shoot me, but I was lucky enough to have my belly full, pick and choose what I want, dash away what I don't want, and continue to do what I want to do. And that's what I did. I did what I wanted to do, and, if someone asked me the other day, would I change my life, what I did? No. There's some things I would like to have happen to me, but I wouldn't change it because it made me the person I am today. If you don't have all those experiences, then you don't know. Some people are my age now, and are still losing their mind over women, or trying to juggle 3 or 4 women at the same time, and you be doing that when you was younger, or not doing it at all, so to speak. But I did it when I was younger, so it wasn't as this. I mean, I would say it was less as much as devastating as it would be now, but devastation is devastation, no matter what.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I enjoyed a fruitful life, and did a lot of things, and
a lot of royal oat sowing.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
So another meme that we put up in the group last week was, is it acceptable for a friend to go out with a friend's ex?
Is it acceptable?
Yeah. Have you done it, or do you think it's acceptable? Or what's your stance on
I'm just trying to think
dating your ex, or you dating? No, let me not ask you that, because that will be entrapment. What's your stance, hypothetically?
It's a hard one, because some people take it personal. You understand? Some people, me personally, I would date someone's ex, but it can't be too close to home. It can't be my brethren's girl who you just finished with. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's like, because you know what it is? Even if it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, if it's your mate, the minute you bring that girl onto you, you got a problem with your mate, because he may not be with her anymore. And we don't know how that relationship ended, whether she ended it with him.
Right.
So feelings might still be there. So if you take that on board, I won't say it's wrong, but me personally, nah, not if it's my mate.
What about if it's someone in, like, say you guys have got sounds, right?
Yeah.
So in one of your top sounds.
It's a difficult one, because if you're in one of the top sounds, there's 4 of us, we play it quite frequently together.
There's an etiquette.
Bringing that girl to the dance is going to cause a problem.
Right.
Even if it ain't a problem where he can't say nothing to you, but in his mind, he's gonna be standing there screwing her, and most of you thinking I'm a bastard. But most of you won't even like voice it because I suppose it will cause a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not, I mean, remember, if you step away from the DJ scene for a minute and just be a normal man and a normal woman,
yeah,
then it's a different game. Because, as I said, but if it's your friend, your brethren, how are you going to go and link up with your brethren and you got the girl on your arm that was dealing with him?
Well, this is it. I got Alicia Gordon here said, it's never acceptable to date your friend's ex. That was never your friend. They were preying your ex from a long time. Is that true?
That's what some people say. You know what I mean?
I find it hard to believe that swords ain't crossed on that scene between brethren.
No, they have. Of course they have. And it's caused friends. It's called caused friends to fall out.
Right.
Yeah. People's baby mother, which is another scenario in itself as well. You know,
people's baby mamas.
Yeah,
that's not right.
But remember, you know that saying, isn't it? You love who you love.
Yeah.
And I suppose it goes both ways. If your baby mother or your ex is preying you, knowing that you used to her friends, then what is she?
Yeah, it's not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She, you know, if she's preying you, yeah, then you can go and get a couple beating here and there, but you can't be bringing it on your arm like it's your girl.
Right.
Because it's going to cause a problem. And eventually, even that beating her here and there is going to come out one day. You know what I mean? It's going to come out. You know, feelings is a thing, you know. Especially for women, especially if she's a decent girl, as we call, as we say, and you know you're going to the house and doing your thing with her, but don't want to be seen with her, but in case your friend sees you, then you know you could go to the supermarket and be doing some shopping, and next thing you know your brethren's in there with his, you know.
That's right.
I mean, it's a hard one. So it's a difficult one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what relationship advice would you give women and your daughter, women that you love? What relationship would you?
You want me to give people advice?
Huh?
You want me to give people advice?
No. What relationship? Like, say for instance, I know you and I talk deep.
Yeah.
So, in terms of how a woman should be with her guy, what kind of qualities do you look for in a woman? I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
For me,
yeah,
I'm one of those guys who's like an easy life. Yeah.
Right.
No stress.
Don't chat to you when Arsenal's on.
Yeah. Don't call when football's on. I don't want to hear nobody. Yeah. You know, on a serious note, I don't think there's any. Everyone looks for different qualities in people. Yeah. I just want that person to be independent, good at keeping house, and that doesn't mean that you keep keeping house around me. That just means being. It sounds really old-fashioned, but you know, being a homely person. I don't care if you go out and rave with your friends. That's your business. You know what I mean? But just being someone who is constructive and got a good sense of humor and is easygoing. But not everybody is the same. You understand? I don't always meet easygoing women. You understand? But I'm very easygoing. Apparently, I've been told I'm so easygoing. I'm horizontal. Always, you know what I mean? So whatever they call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it's difficult. Everyone's got their, you know, on when you see someone for the first time, you don't look in their brain, do you? Look at them. You know what I mean? You want to see what they got first, what they're sporting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then after that, you see them as it's a difficult one because everyone looks for different traits. You know what I mean? But
because we was talking about this last week that men are very visual.
Yeah.
It was a week before. That men are very visual, and my thing is, I know that you guys are visual. There's got to be something about a woman that you like in order for you to be able to. But at what point does it transcend from just looks to what's inside her heart?
So initially it's the looks, followed by the banter, followed by the first outing, it may be, wherever you go to link up, and most times if a woman is telling me to come to her house very early, I'm going to question that a bit. Or I don't know, I'm a bit funny like that. Let's go meet somewhere neutral. I don't mind coming to pick you up, or you pick me up if you drive. I don't really care. meet up, have a drink or whatever it may be, and we have a chat and see how we are. And remember, before you meet up, you usually had quite a few phone calls between each other. You know, that whole honeymoon period. Oh, you put on the phone. No, you put on the phone. Yeah, that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So you have all that stuff, followed by a link up, followed by a drink, followed by, and that's where you start to find out what the person's like within their mind. Because everyone seems, in all of the relationships I've been in, whenever I've met up with somebody, they've always thought all I'm going to talk about is music and playing out and DJing. Yeah, and I'm the complete opposite. Yeah, from the dances from 10 till 6, as 6 o'clock finishes, that stays in the dance. When I go home, I don't even play music. As you would have noticed, I don't know how much time I listen to your CD. Yeah, I don't play music at home. I'm not interested in music at home. I'm on other things. Yeah, so when they see that I'm a bit more intelligent than they gave me credit for, you know, I don't know, because that's what I suppose, you know, I heard Natalie say it, like she said about DJs and yeah, but what it is, yeah, some of us, you know, do 9 to 5s. Yeah. In fact, I would say 80% of the people DJs do a 9 to 5.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and the ones that don't do a 9 to 5, like myself, who have not done a 9 to 5 since
Radio Rentals.
Since 1994.
Yeah. Is that Radio Rentals?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm serious with my business. Yeah, and I believe that if it's a jolly, it was a jolly when I was young. Now it's a business. So that's when the dynamics change as regards to the person that I am. I'm a bit more sensible, a bit more business minded. Whereas those who are not in that place yet are talking about, have you heard that tune? And that's not me. So I think when they realize that I'm not that guy, is when the dynamics change. But then I have to look at them and say, what are you bringing to the table? Yeah, what you got? You know what I mean? Or are you just a raving girl? You know what I mean? Is that what you want to do? You know what I mean? And then you kind of hit that middle ground. And once you hit that middle ground, you know that, okay, let's see how this goes, kind of thing. But there's some people don't get through the gate. You know, you go out with them, all they want to do is rave and party and jiggle up and be at every dance you're at. That's a turn off, by the way, ladies, if you're listening to me. Yeah. Any of you women who are dating a DJ, don't come to the dances every week. It's a turn off. Yeah. Right. I'll let you know that.
Is it because they're just too under your foot?
Because you're there. Because then you become a circuit woman. You become that's not your woman. That's a raving girl you're dealing with now. Yeah. And I'm not saying you can't go out because it's your prerogative. You're born by yourself. But why are you at my dances? I mean, why are you where I'm playing? You know what I mean? Why are you there every week? You ain't got something to do in your yard? You know, I sort the peas on a Sunday. Stay in your yard. You know what I mean? And I don't tell no one to do anything. Yeah, just to bear that in mind. I don't restrict any woman from doing what they want to do. But I would look at them differently and think, well, why are you here every week? I'm here because I'm earning money. Why are you here?
Because we love the music.
Yeah, but I don't know why you have to be out every week.
I don't rave every week, but there was a stage where I used to go out a lot.
Right, but you hear what? You're not dating. You're not dating any of the DJs, are you?
No.
You can do what you want. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, but then does that mean that she's not dating a DJ, so she can do that? But if she was dating a DJ, she'd have to stop that because she's dating a DJ.
Well, no, there's a part of you that's. Well, would you want to go out every week where your man is? Question.
Well, would that put DJs off her because she goes out?
Yeah. Not so much. Remember, everyone has their own vices. Yeah. Right. I see women every week. Yeah. I don't see them in the dance every week, but I see them spread out over a period of time. Some people come to some dances. Some people come to every house club team. You understand? And those are the women that you look and think.
Do you hear it again?
Again? You know what I mean? And then you start screwing well, Trisha will tell you, I've got a memory like an elephant. I can tell you was wearing last week. Ignore the team. So if you're coming out every week and now your clothes are repeating, stay in your yard. Yeah? Stay in your yard. Because obviously you haven't got enough clothes to do it. Yeah, so you're punching above your weight. Stay in your yard.
But what about? Okay, you know what? Always saying it. Okay, that's women. Okay, no.
The men don't go out anywhere.
Yeah. fanny fest, isn't it?
I've got a lot of emojis on that one.
Huh?
I've got nothing. I've got nothing.
Yeah. I've got emojis on that one, yeah.
I've got nothing. I just feel like there's a lot of rules for women.
You know what? There's no rules.
Yeah, someone said that. Jen said it's a man's world out here.
There's a lot of things that we can't be doing that are simple things like, you know, women shouldn't be out every week, but men can go and really bounce all over Newham. But do you know what I mean? There's like
Why is it good?
Really like different standards and like the things that we're not allowed to do. We're not allowed to do, or it's seen as crass for us to do compared to the things that men are allowed or are, it's kind of glanced over. It doesn't affect their reputation with regards to finding a suitor. I think it's not a level playing field at all. It doesn't mean we want to go around and fanny bounce, but I do not think that it's fair when guys say, oh, like a girl's out all the time. I've heard that many times about women going out all the time. But when men cheat, you might hear things like, oh, you know, he's a man.
Yeah.
But no, don't go out every week. It's off-putting, but it's not off-putting that you've got 12 baby mums and shit like that.
Yeah, 25 kids.
Yeah, it's like the standards are all made.
But you know what it is also? I'll give you another example as well. You see what it is as well, Natalie? You see when sometimes, well, this is another one that falls into place. See when women have got children, but they're still in the dance every week? That's another problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
What's that? Yeah,
they've got children and they're in the dance every week. I kind of get that.
But what if they're at their dad's at the weekends?
Well, then that's cool. That's their time to go and do their thing. But what I'm saying, even with that, yeah, what I'm saying is the fact that
it's things you look at, factors.
Yeah, it's what I mean. Remember, you women, when we used to come up to the dance, and I'm going back in the day, and I don't know if it still happens now, so you'd have to tell me because you're women. Yeah, a man come up to you to have a little one dance with you, don't know him. Most women now don't even dance with men they don't know. Yeah, but back in the day, it was a thing. Yeah. So what they would do was first thing would do would look at your shoes. What, you know, why would they look at your shoes for? Like, is shoe make of the man? No, but he's a
really bad shoes is really off-putting.
No, but not bad shoes. You could literally look at a shoe and think, boy, they look a bit. No, I'm not dancing with him. You understand? It could just be having a bit of a rough time. Yeah, so.
But don't you can't come up with like. No, like I'm not a shallow person at all, and I'm all about soul connects and soul ties, and that is how I've always kind of been with my relationships, and that's how my relationships have developed and flowed. But bad shoes, man. I mean, that is my bad shoes.
We're not the only one looking at the comments.
Right, so
or when you got a long foot and you tie up the lace and your shoes look neaky, you know, things like that.
Right, but you see what I'm saying to you? That's something you can hold very dear, yeah? Your shoes. So if a man's looking at you and thinking you're out every week, yeah, it's the same scenario.
It's the same sort of superficial standard, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm saying
yes, Simone. Hey, baby. Sorry, goods. Yeah. Simone says, I think being in the dance every week is an issue. Vanessa Meyer says, what if your woman goes out every week but not where you're playing? Is that okay? And the dinner is cooked from the night before.
Remember, as I said at the beginning, if you want to go out, it's entirely up to you. Yeah, I don't tell a woman what to do. I'm not a dictator. Yeah, I may look down on it if he was in my dance every week and I have to say to you, well, go on, is every week going to be the dance? You mean? Like, you want to go somewhere else?
Yeah.
Fine. Because remember, it's not about, people have to understand, you know, it's not about what other people think about you. It's about what I think of you. Because you may be in the dance every week and they may be quite happy to see you every week and say, all right, babe, how are you? Yeah? But you see, familiarity breeds contempt. Yeah? You see when you're in the dance every week, that's when man feels like they can chat to you in a different way. Yeah? That's when man feels like you can come and say, they know that you're dealing with me, but they still want to come and chat to you in your ear. Yeah? Because you're in the dance every week. Yeah, now most men.
You know your gal, it doesn't matter who's chatting.
It does, but no.
Focused on you. It don't matter who's going to chat to her.
We're not worried about the gal.
But it doesn't make sense
worrying about them. If she's not going to have it.
No. We're not worrying about the girl. You're missing the point here. Because when the man's chatting to the gal, knowing that you're dealing with her, you're now looking at him thinking, "What disrespect? You disrespect me?" Yeah, so that's how you.
Okay, so it takes. Yeah.
Nah, that's animosity in the dance.
Do people do that knowing that she's your girl?
Yes.
Knowing she's your girl.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because as far as they're concerned, that's a weakness. Because hold on a minute, your girl's in the dance every week. What? You know what I mean? Oh, maybe she doesn't trust you, so she's coming in to watch you.
Right.
So man feels they can slip me on the back door and say, "Well, babe, you know he's not a good man." You're not already.
Yeah, and
then there's women, and I've been in this one myself before. There's women who will screw down your woman because they want to be with you, and because you're in the dance every week, they don't get a chance to come and speak in your ears and try to.
Is that why you don't want them in the dance every week?
I don't care, because you know what? As far as I'm concerned, if I'm going there, you're going there. You understand? Essentially, you know what I mean? And
it doesn't matter anyway, because
it doesn't matter. But you know what it is? Yeah. If you want to go out every week, you don't need to make my dance. Go somewhere else. If that's if Raven's your thing.
But you're the top sound though.
Yeah, but then as I said to you, if Raven's your thing, if that's what your thing is, Raven, I'm not taking that away from you. If I met you, remember I said to you earlier, you know, women meet men, and what's the first thing they say? Like, oh, do you have to go out this week? Yeah, or can't you just let Nigel play and you stay at home? No, you met me doing that. So if I met you raving,
Nigel needs a
right, exactly. If I met you raving, I must stifle you from what you do. I can't tell you not to go. I might not like it, but I can't tell you can't come. You understand? Right. So, but there's a you know, all right, man, a superstar. I don't want you in my dance every week. Stay at your yard. Yeah, or go somewhere else with your girls, or do something else, or whatever. I mean, because I'm playing there every single week. You know what I mean? Right. I mean, I remember back in the day, I was playing out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Saturday, sometimes Sunday.
Yeah, every week.
Yeah.
So you're gonna come to all 5 dances? Like, really?
I think it's a space thing as well. Like, just give me some
space. Give me a little space now to express myself. Yeah. Because let's be real. Someone told me something the other day. It made me laugh. And then I sat there and thought about it, and I thought, it's true. So some woman stood in the dance, and counted how many times a woman kissed me on my cheek to greet me in the dance.
Oh, don't lie.
Yeah, like she was with...
How many times did it end up
120.
No.
Yeah.
Whore.
Remember, I don't know.
You're a whore.
I don't know. Remember, that's a greeting.
Greetings.
So, I saw a greet you like that before. I saw a greet you like that before. Right, there you go.
From Jack to all ragamuffin.
Right. So, as the man, you don't actually realise that, because it's just like, hi babe, it's not a thing in your mind. But so when you're walking through looking at you like this, thinking,
what a slag.
I think you got to give us some credit, because a lot of the there was a meme that someone put in the group, and it was like, I don't know what it is with these women. It's they've got this trait or this sense that the devil gave them, and they always seem to know. They always seem to know when we're cheating or when something's going on. So give us credit. We know the difference between, hi babe, how you doing today?
I'm hi babe.
Yeah, we know the difference. Do you know what I mean?
You get a gut feeling when you think, nah, this isn't like the other 144,000.
Something about this one.
Something about this one here.
Yeah.
And see, and there you go. So coming to the dance every week can cause problems in your life.
Not if you're not doing anything.
But that's right. But remember, you've got a sixth sense. We might not be doing anything, and you could say that girl wants you, and I don't know nothing about that. But you would feel a woman can see that somehow. We can't see it. So when we can't see it, we get blasted for it. Why are you talking to her? I know she fancies you. Well, I don't know nothing about that, babe. What are you talking about?
That's insecurities. Because you know what? I feel like I want women to find my man attractive, but I'm with a particular guy. So I want women to be like, he's nice looking, but I need to know that he's not gonna sleep with everybody that finds him attractive.
Yeah.
So if a woman gets on your case because another woman fancies you, that's insecurity that she needs to figure out.
Yeah, but
if someone fancies you, you don't have trees growing out of your face. So if someone fancies you, they fancy you. Yeah, but it's what steps you take and how you conduct yourself is where the line.
But your home life is taking a beating because of what's happening in the dance. You understand? Because that's what's going to happen. Like, as you women have this 66th sense or whatever it may be, that the woman wants you, she's been praying you for 10 years, as you walk across the road, I know she wants you, and sometimes I believe that men seem to be dumb because we don't see what you see. So you don't want us to talk to this girl, or you feel that we're talking to her a little bit too long, or you think that we're giving her a little bit too much airtime.
There's options in it. So if anything goes wrong, like you said earlier, then that's probably when you start to scroll through your phone book, isn't it?
Right. So why have that going on in your life if you don't need it? Just don't come to the dance. Stay in your yard, or come to the dance and relax. And that's what I'm saying. You're dating. Some people are just dating mediocre DJs, but they still get the same problems. You know what I mean? I'm at the top of my game. You understand? So it's not like I'm the one down there who just bringing in the dance. I'm top of my game. So more women will talk to me than some people, because I know I've been in the game for 30 years. So 30 years worth of women that still come into dances will talk to me a lot more. I know a lot more women. So it's a catch-22. You know what I mean? But DJs, and I won't say men, I'll say DJs don't want their women in the dance every week.
Right.
That's always been a thing that's been there from the dot. You know what I mean?
What advice would you give then men with regards to women?
What advice would I give to what? Sorry, I was reading the text. Sorry.
No. What advice would you give? You've given women advice when it comes to their men. Yeah. What advice would you give men when it comes to women from your past experiences?
As regards to
relationships and preserving them, and what women want, what you from your relationships, what women want. Someone asked earlier, what's your longest relationship been?
Mine.
Yeah.
11 years.
Yeah, married.
Oh wow.
He was married as well.
Married for 11 years. Well, 10 years. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you can definitely give advice.
I'm not the guru, but I don't know.
What mistakes would you tell people to avoid? What have you learned during your life in relationships?
What I've learned is you need to listen. Yeah, you need to listen and be open-minded to what they think. Yeah, and I mean women. Yeah, because
aliens.
Well, it is because you are, because you don't say stuff that goes over our head. But if you listen to it, sometimes it makes sense, and a lot of time it doesn't. Yeah. So differentiate between the two. Listen, register, and take notes. Yeah. That's what gets you through, because when you don't listen, you end up doing stuff that they don't like, get yourself into trouble. It's a problem. You know what I mean? And I know they say that women talk for days. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes we don't listen. We might hear food, sex, and TV, football. You know what I mean? We don't, and everything else goes past us. You know what I'm saying? So,
you're more primitive. Men are more primitive.
But relationships are difficult, man. They're not easy things to navigate.
No,
let's be real. You know what I mean? And I, on my behalf, I'd say I'm a very, very easygoing person, but I can be ignorant. Yeah, I'm not arrogant. That's one thing I don't think I am, but I can be ignorant, and I can be stubborn. Yeah, I think that's my two bad traits. Yeah, when I say I'm not doing something, I'm not doing it.
Boy, Jesus could come down, he's not doing it.
You know what I mean?
He's not. Yeah, Jesus could come with Moses to part the sea.
I mean, that's my bad trait.
He's really stubborn.
And you got to kind of, you got to talk me round into a place to make me look at it and think, okay, maybe I was wrong. But you got to talk me into that place.
Like ego stroke.
No, I've learned how to talk to you over the years. Like I said, when we first started doing business together, we had some dirty arguments because I just didn't understand his psyche. Mm-hmm. Why are you at the mechanic and why are you selling dancehall tickets when we've got things to do? We've got a wedding to cater and you're selling dancehall tickets. So, but I've learned how to talk to him. So now I might even open up and say, this is not an attack, don't I? It's not an attack. Just listen to what I'm saying and then just break it down in a way where it just doesn't feel like you're coming for him. Mm-hmm. And then you'll get somewhere.
The minute I think you're coming for me.
Yeah, shut down, shot.
Defense.
Even when he's wrong and 100% strong. You are. You're laughing because you know it's true. Even when he's wrong, and I think that goes across the board in terms of relationships. It's us really finding communication with our men, because this is the whole point of this platform. Some people think it's entrapment, but it's not.
A little bit.
We really want to get to the nitty-gritty of
our communication barriers between
the sexes, because it's just like there's an invisible block and it's trying to get around that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Asia said, right, Goody. Asia said, why was the girl counting how many people was kissing your cheek and not dancing?
Well, what it was, yeah, I was with her man, like, so we came to dance.
Right.
And she was just like obviously standing there and watching us, what do they call it? Circulate around the room. Yeah. So it was like she just was just standing there with a drink in her hand and just was just watching. You know what I mean? And basically, right, when he went home that night, she said to him, "So do you kiss as many girls as Goody does?" And being the smart man that he is, said no, because Goody's more popular than me. You understand? So that was way out. You understand? But it made me realize I didn't actually realize that, because you know, and then when you think about it, you think, boy, you know what, I do that. But that's because that's our circuit.
Yeah, I get that though. Yeah, I get that. So back to infidelities, yeah. During the actual act of sex, if you've got a lady at home, hypothetically, if you've got a lady at home, because you've admitted that you've cheated anyway, way back in radio rental days, yeah? What goes through your mind, or does your female that you're with come into your mind at any point during that act?
No, that's a complete separate act, which is something women don't like about us. Yeah, we can switch it.
It's a fucking disgrace.
Switch off completely. What did that say?
She said it's a fucking disgrace.
Just after why you lot do that shit. It just fucking.
She doesn't enter your mind at all.
We can. I mean, you're hoping that the phone don't ring. You're hoping that there's many things you're hoping, but you're not, when you're actually having sexual activity, you're not thinking about your woman, otherwise you won't be able to perform.
So talk me through the process of like leading up to it. So you're going to cheat with another woman and you're driving to her house.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind at that time?
There's many thoughts going through your mind, but your thoughts that are going through your mind, not like, oh, I hope my missus don't find out, because it's a separate act. Literally, it's like, I don't know, it's like going in your bedroom and closing the door. Yeah, that's and your girlfriend's on the other side of the door. It's separate. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you go to that, go on, Nelly.
So when you guys are apologizing, no, you don't mean it.
No. Remember, we're apologizing because we've hurt you. We're apologizing
because you got caught.
It's both, isn't it? That you got caught. So that's remorse, and you're apologizing because we've hurt you. Yeah, as a female, because we are, because it ain't no calm conversation. You're very throwing a plate at us. You're trying to kill us in the yard because you caught us. You understand? So it's not like it's something. Once that happens, you're looking and you think, and maybe tears coming out of your eyes. You may be, there's very few women that can be very calculated. Like, oh, so you cheated on me? Okay, well, I think you should take your things and go home, and we won't speak again. There's no one that calculated that I've never met. You know what I mean? But it's a bit more than that. And you're looking at her, you know, to the streaming in her eyes. You've upset her. You've hurt her. Remember, women love hard. You understand? You hurt that woman to another level. So you're sorry for that. You understand? But
so does the sorry then, to get really technical. Let me do this. So, does the sorry then, do you feel the remorse? Because remember, it's a separate act. You're not even thinking about her.
Yeah.
So is the sorry only once you see her bawling or how hurt she is, and then you're thinking, oh shit? Or is the sorry after you've released and you've done everything, you only think, oh God?
What do you mean? Do you think we're sorry after we've done the act?
Yeah.
No. Why would you be sorry? If you're sorry, you wouldn't do it. If you finish that act,
it is a good point.
If you've had sexual activity, yeah, you just finished, or in terms of you just come, you've rolled over in the bed and you're laying there. You're not thinking, oh my God, what have I done? Oh, no. Yeah? You're not thinking about that. You're thinking, yeah, man, that was nice. You understand? Yeah? You're then going to possibly get up, depending on how lucid the situation is. You're going to get up. If you live with somebody, you got to go home, innit? You understand? So, you know, if you don't live with somebody, you might stay there a little while. It depends on how the relationship is with this girl. If this girl's just a beating stick, I'm not staying. You understand?
Okay.
I'm not staying. You know what I mean? I don't want to wake up.
So what, do you just get up straight away and bounce?
Not straight away, but
with no clothes on, get dressed in the car.
a little hour. You know what I mean?
An hour and then bounce.
My problem is I've got a problem. I've got a problem with the fact that there is no feeling, but I'd have a problem with the fact if there was feeling.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't win.
Yeah.
You understand? But remember, the old age question is, can you love two women?
Can you? Do you think it's possible for someone to be in love with two people?
In the same way.
You can't measure it. You can't measure it but Ben can have feelings for two women. I don't know about love. You understand? Because love is a deeper feeling. You understand what I'm saying to you? But you can have feelings for both. You can have feelings for two women. You can. You know what I mean? Right. Especially if it's more than what it is. If it's a long-term something with the other woman, then you obviously got feelings. I mean, my dad had quite a few women on the go. Okay.
So Anthony's back. Sorry, let him finish his sentence and then we'll let it. Anthony, turn your camera on and be actually there when we put you on this time. Finish your sentence.
You can have feelings for two women, but you can only love one person at a time. Well, that's my personal opinion. I've heard people say you can love two people. You understand? But I said to you, you don't. If you steal, I'll give you an example. If you steal food or you steal something from a shop, a jacket or a pair of trousers, yeah, when you leave that shop, you feel nice, innit? If the security guard puts his hand on your shoulder, you feel terrible because you've been caught. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's the same analogy as if you got caught playing.
So that's not real remorse to me.
No,
that doesn't feel like real remorse, and that doesn't you would never do it again.
You think a man's gonna sleep with a woman, and the minute he comes, he feels remorse.
Yeah, because you get caught up in the moment. I would hope, if that is the case, you get caught up in the moment. Once you're in that moment, and once you release, this is pissing me off. No, sorry, I'm joking. Once you release, that you kind of think, oh, fucking hell, I got caught up in the moment. Not, woo! Go home, live your best life. She finds out, and then you're like, oh, I'm sorry.
Because remember, yeah, you can't feel remorse after you've done what you've done. You can't. If you wouldn't do it.
But that's remorse.
But you can't. But you're not going to because remember, yeah. So you start saying getting caught up in the moment getting caught up in the moment is a drunken, sloppy bit of sex where two people are friends. They got drunk together. They got caught up in the moment. They had sex and think, oh shit, what have I done?
But you know what? I know some people that have got caught up in a moment where they're texting people all day. Mm-hmm. So they're texting all day. Then they go, because it leads on to that moment might not always necessarily be a moment. That moment could be a moment leading to moments.
Yeah.
And once the big finale is done, you think, fucking hell, that wasn't even like, why did I kind of do that? That's how you need to be. because it's stressing me out right now that you lot are not remorseful until you get caught. It hurts my feelings right now.
because that's men. Yeah, men.
But then that means the apology's not real.
So
when a guy says sorry, that keeps bringing me back to no. But if you dig deep down in your chest, you think about what you're saying, yeah, and you proper dig
you're
deep
saying
down,
I don't give a damn unless I get caught.
Actually, what you're actually feeling, it's not really an apology or remorse. You're feeling a bit shame because you got caught, and you're feeling a bit bad that you got caught, but you don't feel bad that you did the act.
No, remember, you feel if something happens or you get catch or whatever, yeah. So you feel remorse for hurting her. You feel remorse for hurting her.
Yeah.
You feel remorse because she's upset, and you feel remorse because you did it when you shouldn't have done it. Those are the things that fall into play. Yeah. You can't feel remorse for having. You can only feel remorse if you did something like that. If it was a sloppy move.
Okay, right? But if you feel remorse because of all those reasons, including, like you said, and you shouldn't have done it, you shouldn't have done it when you were going, and you shouldn't have done it after.
Yeah.
So it still brings it back to the fact that it's more to do with the fact that you did get catch.
Yeah. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, but we like the honesty.
I love the honesty.
I'm just really hoping, just to give all the women in the group some hope that men are not just soulless, like bad mind, just to kind of just kind of think if there's more to it, because I think a lot of women have been cheated on. Most women have, and you always want to. I've been cheated on, and my thing was I really wanted to know why and how you feel about it, and how does he feel, not just how I feel about it. You want to make them understand how you feel about it, but you want to understand how they feel about it, because you feel like if you know how they feel about it, you know how hurt you can be. You know how hurt to feel.
I mean, there's a woman on here. Her name's Holly. I think it's Holly.
It sounds like we should all just be devastated if you.
Donut. She says they feel remorse when they get caught, yet they do it again. Yeah, I smell bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Each individual act of cheating, if you're a prolific cheater, yeah, is exactly the same. Oh. Yeah. If you cheat with a woman and you get caught, yeah, and you do it again, yeah, it's exactly the same thing. There's no change. If a man gets caught doing something and he does it again, it's the same thing. There's no bullshit. It just means that that's the way he is. Yeah. And sometimes you gotta look at the evidence first and foremost. The evidence is, why did he cheat in the first place?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it's the case that it's just an ego thing or he's greedy, then he will never stop cheating.
Right.
Yeah. If he cheated, and I'm not saying that it's a reason, but if he cheated because the relationship was shaky or you're having a lot of problems within your relationship,
yeah,
it's not a better reason, but it's a stronger reason for you to look at that and say, okay, well, we was going through some stuff. Not that you can justify it, but just going to cheat for the sake of cheating, that's a different argument, because now you're just greedy.
Yeah,
right.
And even if you do cheat because even if you do cheat because you're having problems in your relationship, yeah, it doesn't mean that you still don't feel remorse after you did it, because you can't use it as an excuse, but it's a reason. There's a difference. There's no excuse for cheating. Let's get that straight.
Right.
But if you've got a constructive reason why you did it, doesn't mean it's still justified, because as women say, if you didn't want to be with me, you just left me alone. And
someone just said that. Juliet John Baptiste said, basically, he done business. If you're not happy, leave. Simple.
Yeah.
Because, I do feel like it is... I've never really been able to get my head around it. And for me, I think cheating is such a violation for various reasons, physical as well as spiritual violations. And I feel like if you are gonna do that, you're obviously not happy with me.
Yeah.
Then
it always makes the woman look at herself.
Yeah.
as well. I can't speak for all women, but I know the majority. It does make you double, like, it does kill at your confidence. And I think cheating as well, especially with someone you love, the way it chips away at you on another level, even if it's just once, it can really, and especially if you go back to the person, it can eat at you. And I think that's for male and women. I don't just think that's thingy for women, but cheating does a different kind of thing to your emotions, your mental health. It can mash you up. So I just wish that sometimes people were a bit more careful about with people's feelings. As you grow older and you kind of evolve, like, mentally and spiritually, you're not looking for a partner who can't really control themselves or are not taking those factors into control. You want to know that you're with someone that's evolved, and that is, you know, is thinking about you, is thinking about their own karmic debts, because karmic debt is a real thing. It comes back to you. And if I think but he's thinking, oh, fuck off, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm dead.
No, but why is you both next to him? Just be nice. Just
we know why we're laughing.
You just, I don't know. I just think it's I don't think sometimes men see it for what it is and what it can actually do to you. They just think you get upset in that moment, and then that's it. But they don't know.
It does. It strips your confidence, especially if you, I don't know, some of these women like to come and chat to you as a woman to tell you what's gone on. You know what I mean? And that's not a nice experience either. And I would rather that the guy just leaves. But guys always say it's not as simple as that, and I still can't figure out why that is.
Because you know what? In a nutshell, because I can't put it into words straight away. In a nutshell, if you love, and I know it's gonna be sound really like condescending. If you love your woman, the logics are you shouldn't cheat on her. Yeah, that's what women say. Yeah, right. Yeah, but it's not that easy. Yeah, if you love your woman and you are doing something that's untoward, you can't leave just so. And then, because I've said this to a lot. The woman on the bit on the side, especially if she knows she's the bit on the side.
Right.
One scenario here. If she knows she's the bit on the side, you will never leave your quote unquote
wife
for the bit on the side, because the bit on the side can do that to you then. You understand? The bit on the side can cheat on you with another man. If she could cheat on you, if she could cheat on the woman you're
with you,
then why won't she cheat elsewhere? So she's never gonna be her at home, as you put it. She's just gonna be what she is. You understand?
But then that means she's not in the same category as your wife.
That's right. So it's just sex. It's just sex.
Yeah. So Olu said, I applaud his honesty. The pursuit of a man's lust at the moment of cheating outweighs his feelings for his partner.
There you go. It's just lust. If it becomes a feeling thing, dangerous scenario, because women love. So if you've made a contract with a woman, say, listen, I've got a woman, so know yourself. If you want to have some fun and do the thing, we do the thing. But I've got a woman. Yeah. Once you cross that line and you say that's what it is, but it's not that easy, because women start to get feelings. Women start to want to be with that person a bit more because they see it as a nice person and start to kick out. Yeah. That's when it becomes a dangerous scenario. And that's the only time a man will say to a woman, you know what? Like that. I'm done. I'm going back onto wifey, because I don't come here to have problems. I come here to have sex. Yeah. And to drink and smoke some weed and go home. Yeah. That's the plan. When you become the problem, it's time to go. So at home is safe. Over there is fun, because fun may have gone out of your relationship at home for now. For now, not forever. You know what I mean? And that's what happens. It's lust. It's not about like, I love this girl. Because I see some films, do you love her? And then the man says, yeah, I do. And then he leaves his wife for the bit on the side. And when he's left his wife for the bit on the side, he realizes, oh, fuck. You know, because now you've got to be with that girl all the time, whereas before you might be there twice a week. So now
you're not, it's not fun anymore because it becomes a reality, isn't it?
Sure. You understand? And that's where the lines are lost. But women won't see it that way because women, it's not that way in their eyes. It's like, you're cheating on me, you're hurting me. So you have to
comment from our No Bravado sister. Michelle couldn't be with us today because she's got some personal things going on, but she's put a question in that says, do you truly love me if you are prepared to hurt me for some quick pussy?
Yeah, again, we go back to the same thing. Yes, we do love you, but it's lust. And you can't define the two because you're a woman.
Yeah, I was just about to say, how do you differentiate the two?
Because you can't, only men can. You can't, you're a woman. You know what I mean? Let's be real. I'm not being...
How do you differentiate?
I'm not being male chauvinist. If I tell a woman that I'm seeing, I've got a girlfriend,
right? Yeah,
you've already gone down 2 pegs if you accept the fact that I can come and fuck you. Yeah, so you're never going to be anything more than that, which is 1.
Right.
So you don't reach the height of where my woman is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're below. So when I go,
if you go there knowing that, yeah.
Yeah. So now you're in a category is like it's just sex, and you might not get it for. Like you might get it once every 3 weeks if you're lucky, depending on how the relationship is going, how you've made that thing go on. Yeah, and that's what it is. You do that, you do your deed, and you go home. If you go home,
yeah,
or go to your house or whatever, and that's that. It's done, and you switch off. And I know it sounds really, robotic, but
yeah, it does.
Remember, women from Venus and men are from Mars, or whatever you want to say. We're 2 different planets, 2 different people. Women can't do that, but some women can. Some women can do that. In my past life, in my past back there, I slept with a woman who was deemed a man. Yeah, and she knew what the time, and I knew him. I mean, and I'll be that for a year, and he never found out, but he nearly did, and it was time for me to go after that. I mean, because it must be shot me. So it's what it is. Right. And that's what I'm saying to you. Women can do that. Women can be calculated and sleep with me and have a man at home. It's the same. They could do exactly the
same thing. Yeah.
I mean, it's not just a man thing, women. It's not just a man thing.
We know. Yeah, we know. Yeah. Women can.
I mean, women do it too.
I'm liking Olu's comments. He says it's important that the person cheated on understands it's not poor reflection on them, it's about the cheater.
But it's easier said than done though, because it literally, there's only one way you can look at it. Why wasn't I good enough for you not to do that? Why was I not enough for you to control yourself? Like sometimes you will say, look, I'm leaving you, and he'll go, no, I'm not going anywhere, I'm fighting for it. Little does he know, fighting for your relationship means not giving in to temptations and not actually going after other women when you're with someone. That is fighting for your woman, not giving into fleshly desires that hurt other people. And then
not fleshly desires.
Yeah, fleshly desires. And then saying sorry and I'm not giving up on this and I'm fighting for it after. Actually, fighting for your relationship is being loyal in front of the person and behind closed doors.
Yeah.
That is actually fighting for you. Not fighting for me. I'm not going anywhere. Well, actually, you are. You are.
Yeah, you're willy bouncing.
Yeah, you are going somewhere.
In the perfect world. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
don't go like that.
It doesn't work like that. And you see many a film on TV showing you that it don't gossip. You understand?
Yeah.
Annoying.
But no, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, as I said to you already, I hold up my hands. I cheated back in the day. I've done my thing. I'm not gonna lie. And there might be a few women watching this stream thinking, yeah, you bastard. Yeah, you did it to me.
Blocked.
You know what I mean?
Was I a beating stick?
I mean, yeah, is that what you call me then to your friends? You know what I mean? But as I said to you, you grow up, you move on, you do your thing.
That's not me, you evolve.
I think my platform allowed me to do a lot of bad things back in the day. Yeah, me being who I am, what I stood for. You know what I mean? It makes me laugh because there's a lady in the platform, Lady Ranks. She was my DJ partner for about 6 years. We played that together. So it was WJ Goodgood with Lady Ranks.
Right.
And she saw some things, yeah, where women, I had to leave some nights I had to leave my record boxes with her and disappear at the dance. You know what I mean? Because there was a couple of girls in the dance waiting to go home with me. You know what I mean? So she saw some stuff, you know, that I did back in the day. But, you know, she saved me from a few things as well, because I was prolific back in the day. So, you know, you know, sometimes, and it was quite strange because we never used to come in the same car. So it couldn't be like I was getting in her car. You know what I mean? Or going somewhere. But, yeah, you know, she's seen some stuff, you know. Big up Lady Rex. Yeah, she's seen some stuff. I did some stuff.
Seen some stuff.
Shoot at the dance and hide and all kind of thing, and tell them I've gone. You know, I had an emergency at home, or you know, we've done all this stuff. You know, it is what it is. And yeah, I must have hurt a few people, but you know, I don't look back and say, oh well. I just look back and say, you know, to all those who I hurt, I'm sorry. Yeah.
What? Testimony. Well, we didn't expect that.
Oh, bless him. Oh, bless his bloody cotton, eh? Oh. To all of those who I've hurt, I solemnly swear I'm a changed man.
What's his name? That famous one. TD Jakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Simply. Divine, love the conversation. Some men don't know how to explore their inner desires. There's Sparkle Champs. Some men don't know how to explore their inner desires with their indoors, so seek to explore outdoors. And I think that's an excellent point, because I think men need validation just as much as women do. And I think when women are on men in a particular way, that's the validation that they're seeking for. And I think it feeds into insecurities that men don't often want to speak about. It's painted up as ego, but ego is insecurity. Because if you're secure within yourself and you're happy within yourself, I don't think you're going to need to do that.
All right, Rags, you would help me out again. Stop your rubbish, yeah?
Did she say she won't help you?
She said I was young.
Is it Juliet?
Yeah.
Okay. Juliet.
Oh, that's why she said drop me out. Okay.
Talk the things, please.
Yeah. Olu said again, some women will actively pursue men like your guest, knowing he has a woman. And I think that's a fair point. I was young and I will not help you out again. But going back to Olu's comment, do you find the more that you say, I've got a woman, that certain women pursue you?
We'll put it this way. When I was married, yeah, and I had that ring on my finger, women were on me.
I get it.
Harder than when I was.
It's ridiculous.
I don't get it, because it's the most unattractive thing I can see on a man after his shoes is his ring.
And it wouldn't be like they were looking at your ring, but you know, like if a woman was going to pre you and they'd be like, I said, babe, look, I'm married, you know. You know what I mean? You think that would be the end of the conversation? Nah. There's more conversation to come, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I was, when I was married, I was paranoid that someone's going to set me up. So
you wouldn't do it?
I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. Allow me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out kind of thing. So it's a dangerous game that women play sometimes.
Yeah.
And all in the...
Because it ain't just you guys' fault. Some of the responsibility has to come to us.
Yeah.
Because if you're saying that women pursue you more when you've got that ring on your finger, then that's a big issue.
Yeah.
A big issue. But I mean, for me, let me ask you: if a woman pursues you, do you find that attractive or not?
No, you find it flattering. Yeah. Right. Just like how a woman finds it flattering if a man is pursuing her, depending, of course, how he's pursuing her. Yeah. But women can only pursue in a certain way. And it's always just like how a man would do it. Like, oh, I think you look nice tonight. And that might just be a general question. I was like, you look nice too. You know what I mean? If something comes after that, you know what I mean? Or, put their hand on you and say, oh yeah, look at you, you're losing weight. Yeah, I am, yeah. Like that. You can cut that conversation there and walk off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. But sometimes you have a feeling that a woman is looking for a little bit more than just a hi, how are you? Yeah, that's right. And I was one of those people. Women would always pursue me when I was younger because I was a bit more flighty.
Right.
As you get older, you start to question why are they doing that? Are they trying to match up my dolly house?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if it's your friend, it's different. If it's a girl you know from the raving scene, you don't know her. Right? For instance, you haven't got her phone number, you don't know where she lives, you don't know nothing about her, she's got kids or nothing, but you know her to say hello in the dance. Those are the ones that you question yourself. Why go on?
Right.
If it's your friend who you see on a regular basis and you're good friends and you laugh and joke and giggle, those are the ones you just take it as nothing. If they say, "Oh, you lost weight, you're looking good," you just take it as a compliment and thank you. Hi, thank babe, and whatever. The ones that you don't know too well, the ones you have to think to yourself, why go on this up? I mean, and not every man will do that. Some men will be, flattered and take it a little bit further, and that's when it becomes dangerous.
Yeah.
You reciprocated what's going on, and you may just disappear and do an act and cause yourself a lot of problems in the process.
Right.
Right. So it is what it is, but it's remember, and we're talking about raving here. We're not just talking about going out of your yard and trying to find a woman. You know what I mean? You're in the dance or in the party or wherever you may be, and a woman's giving you some airtime. It can lead to those things, depending on the man you are. You know what I mean? And I think women too. When women get compliments, some people can deal with them, some people can't. But the ones that can, and if you keep on going at that woman, every time you see her, say to her, "Oh, you look great tonight. Oh, you look sexy." When she sees you, every time she sees you now, she's looking forward to you having a conversation with you.
Yeah. Yeah, or not.
You know what I mean? Or not. If you don't find a man attractive, obviously, fuck off. You know what I mean? Allow me. You know what I mean? But if you do find that man attractive, even though you're not looking him, it's a nice conversation to have, isn't it? If a man's continually giving you compliments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is, but it's a very taboo situation.
It really is. Final question, because we've been on for 2 hours. It's flown. But do you think you get more airplay? Did you get more airplay as a DJ? So when you became WJ Good Groove, did you get more airplay when you became the DJ before? Or
I've always had airplay.
Always.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
I can tell you.
Warren.
I've always had airplay. Obviously, it became more when I was a DJ. But
it became more. But you always had that kind of.
Go them sugar flex.
Because when I was at
school, a fool, you know. Like, I swear.
When I was at school,
got me skinning my teeth on this damn camera.
When I was at school, I used to go to raves in downtown. I used to go to raves in Holly Street Community Centre. I used to go to raves in Upton House. I used to go to raves in Brookhouse School, and so on and so on. So I was going out anyway. I was a DJ, but I wasn't known. You see what I mean? I had music, and I was trying to get to the door, but I wasn't playing out per se. I was trying to get to that place. You know what I mean? But people knew me anyway, so it wasn't like I didn't have that little swagger about me, but that little something. And then when I turned I got into the DJ thing properly and started to climb the ranks. Yeah. So the potential became more and more. Right. Until it was never overwhelming, but it was enjoyable, flattering, and all those things that go with it.
Ego boosting.
Oh, most definitely. You know what I mean? Like, come in my yard and my nan, God bless her soul, would say, "You've got 6 calls and they're all women. Who are they?" Don't worry about it. No. I'll call and messages by the phone. You know? So it was that thing. Remember, there was no mobiles then, it was house phone. So my yard and stop making these women calling the house. Who are they? That was what we did, and it was I'll say it's a good thing because I enjoyed it, but it's not a good thing, if you see what I'm saying. It's a bad thing I was doing, but I enjoyed life. I wouldn't change it for the world. Had some fantastic experiences. Met some fantastic women. Yeah. Lost some good women.
Lost some great women, yeah.
Yeah, some good women back in the day. Lost some good women. Hurt some good women.
Yeah.
That's sad. It's it's life. And what I do say is, in all through my life, I've hurt some women, but I've mended 99.9% of the issues that I had. I've mended them with that particular woman. I've become a friend or an associate that can say, hi, how are you, baby? You're right. And there's about maybe 1% that don't talk to me.
Okay.
I mean, for whatever reason it may be. But yeah.
Do you think you can be friends with someone that you're still in love with?
It's difficult. It depends on what side of the coin. A woman, I think it's very difficult for them.
Mm-hmm.
For a man, I think it becomes difficult if you see with another man.
That's what I was saying the other day. Yeah.
Then you start saying to yourself, you can't say nothing because she's not your woman anymore. You know what I mean? But you know, and I would never try to break up that relationship solely based because I loved her, especially if I hurt her. And the reason why we broke up was because
you hurt her.
Yeah,
you had to allow her to go on and live.
But I would never try and go down there and say, "What you saying, babe?" You know what I mean? Remember all the good times we had? Nah, fuck off. We you know,
just let
past this. You know what I mean? But you know, as a man, and as a big man now, you can look back on your infidelities and say to yourself, you know what? He was fucked up, buddy.
Yeah.
Fucked up, brother.
Yeah. And the thing is, because like I was saying before you came on, we've been friends for like 20 years plus now.
Yeah.
We've never had anything romantic. We've never kissed, hugged. I've just purely got to have the beautiful side of a friendship with you.
Yeah.
So because I know you and I know, oh my God, I just think you've got a heart of gold. I think you're such a beautiful person. I'm like, so where does this galley thing come from? Because it doesn't match up. do you know what I mean? Like, because you're just such a nice guy. And what do you think that's about? Do you think it is just purely ego, or was purely about ego back in the day? Because you're not like that now. You calm down, and
you can't be like that now. It's the 90s, 80s and 90s were free flowing. Remember, the 60s was free love. Yeah, when I was before my time. You know, so the 80s and 90s for me was like my free love. You know, I just think that it's got to be the ego, and it's lust and greed. And remember, you have to understand, you as a woman, remember the times, you lot was wearing lycra,
the bubblegum lycra,
rah-rah skirts, pom pom flutes. We passed an era of times when you lot used to come to dance literally naked.
Yeah, knickers and bra.
You know what I mean? So
with tassels on them.
Yeah. So as a man looking over there thinking, you know what I mean? As a man looking thinking, Bomba Club.
Yeah.
Nothing more tonight. You understand? You're not thinking about, well, Betsy's at home. You're thinking about Bomba Club. Shaniqua, I'll get it tonight.
No, I think I'm wondering if it is a case of like, is it something that's never really going to happen? Because I know when I love hard. I'm very loyal, and I don't cheat. I've never cheated in any relationship that I've been in, but I've been cheated on, and it's hurtful. And like I said earlier, especially if you do run into the woman or you do compare notes, it's hurtful. And it just makes you think, do they love you as much as you love them?
Well, because after I got cheated on, I eventually, at the time, we got back together. But for the rest of the duration of the relationship, which was many years, I could, no matter what he said, I did not believe that he loved me.
Yeah.
I was literally hanging on because I loved him.
Yeah.
But I lost a lot of value within myself, and I can't place that on him. As I've evolved, as I grew and evolved, I realized that was mine.
That's about you. Yeah.
That was mine. Yes, it came from that, but I carried it, and I had a choice to carry it, and I carried it. And so you think that you're not good enough. You think that it's something that you've done, and you can't really believe that they love you like you love them.
No way. You just
always
think
feel like
about
you're
it.
the one that loves them.
But from what you're saying, it's just straight lust and it's escapism. That's what it sounds like.
Because I know women will sit there and think to themselves, how the hell can they go there and just switch off?
Yeah, yeah.
But if you speak to 100 men, they'll tell you exactly the same thing. Even if they wasn't listening to this show, they'll tell you that that's how we feel. We switch off. You know what I mean? I'm not saying every single man, because there's always exceptions to the rule. There'll always be a man who catch her feelings with a girl who he's cheating with, and next there's a problem now because he doesn't know, he's got a decision to make. You understand? That's different. But even with that, he's got to get to that place to get those feelings first before he will go down that road. So you got to look at that's the leading up to it. But the initial part of it is lust. You know what I mean? It just depends how strong his relationship is at home, or how weak his relationship is at home, so he can take his feelings over Dessa and do that. Because I want to get something straight here. Men who have a beating stick don't necessarily, that doesn't mean they don't care about them. Yeah?
The beating stick.
You don't care about the beating stick?
No, I mean, like, it's not clinical. Like, go to the house, pick off your clothes, fuck her, and go home. That's not how it is. You still sit down and have a conversation, yeah? Not about anything getting to that's relevant, but you still have a conversation. You know what I mean? It's still gonna be a conversation and then sex. It's not just gonna be sex home, unless of course you have it like that, where there's there's a time frame, and listen, I've got 2 hours. You know what I mean? So let's get to it now. That's different.
And I'm just like, who does that? Like, what?
Because now they're having conversations.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Princess Lawrence asked, so, Goody, having enjoyed your life choices, she's literally wrote, so, Goody, having enjoyed your life choices, lifestyle, you now, as a grown man, is your focus on women and relationships different in terms of being faithful?
Yeah, a lot different. A massive difference.
Right.
Compared to how I used to be. Because I'm going to say something that's going to upset people, yeah? But I'll be real. To me, back then, women was like, to a penny.
Right.
Yeah? You don't want me? There's someone down the road that does. You know what I mean? But as you get older, you build relationships, you build trust, you build something a little bit more than just sex. Yeah? Because that's what it is at home. At home is real life. Yeah? And some men can't do it.
It's not always...
Yeah, some men can't do it with even if you're not living with someone. Let's say you're not living with a person. Men can't deal with bills and problems and stress and real life. So what they do is they take themselves out of that real life for however many hours it is, commit the act, and go back home to real life. You understand? Yeah. Right. So some men can't deal with that. And when it gets too much over there, yeah, they so more gravitate towards. And I'm not giving away no secrets because I might just put something on my phone. Stop giving away secrets.
Too late. 2 hours.
The secret them. Yeah.
I can hear your phone pinging off. Stop talking.
And your face reading them.
Right, man, talk the talk. No bravado. Let's talk the talk.
Let's just say, yeah, when your man's out mornings at home, I need not say anymore. Yeah?
What?
Say that again?
When your man's out more than he's at home,
yeah.
Not anymore. You understand?
Bumper clocked.
Because that means now, but let's be real. If he's remember, if you don't live together, yeah, if you live in separate houses, yeah, let me tell you something now. See, when I'm seeing someone, I can phone my house phone because I'm at home. You know what I'm saying to you? And I don't mean just in lockdown. You understand? There's a difference. You know what I'm saying to you? So if you can't do that, yeah, if you don't feel comfortable with him doing the job that he's doing, yeah, before you even get to that place, you need to get out yourself. Because if you don't trust him, yeah, it don't matter what he does. Yeah, there's going to be a problem.
Everything he does is going to be a problem.
That's why I don't go back after.
Be a problem.
Remember, if someone's cheated on you and you go back, yeah, and a lot of people do.
It's a lot to repair.
Yeah, 80% of women go back. Yeah, that's a big statistic.
80% go back.
Yeah. But if you go back and you can't deal, you can't go back.
Yeah, it's just kind of torture for both.
Yeah,
in my opinion, it's torture because
we don't live together.
Yeah, if I'm with a guy and he says, babe, I'm going to go play Ludo with the guys, I'll catch you later, or go play dominoes, I don't second guess that.
Yeah.
But if I've caught you cheating, then it's going to be torture for you and it's going to be torture for me. Because I'm going to be always asking, are you really? Where are you going?
When you feel like that, and you feel like you want, and if you even feel like, never check your man's phone. Let me tell you what, if you feel like you need...
What did they say, Gods? What did they say? What did they say?
I'm banned from the Brotherhood.
Oh, don't! Why? They ban you because you're letting us know what one. They called that. They said we're an entrapment show.
No, they're like, no, fucking your goodie, man. No. They chuck you out the group. They're like, no, fuck off, man.
I'm banned from the Brotherhood.
This is ridiculous.
You're banned.
We put some judge on good before we started, just to make him spill all some truth here.
People will think that's true. You know, they even say that. Nah, man, talk the talk.
I think if you feel like you got to check your man's phone and know where he is every second.
That's mad. You know what? That's not happening to me. I'm not playing that game.
Yeah, and you talk to yourself doing that as well. It's a full-time job. Like, just don't do it.
It is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Yeah, and some people accept it, some people don't. Yeah, and when you're at this age or this time in your life, you ain't making them go to your phone or trying to catch you out or turn up at a dance because they think you're there with somebody else. It's all stupidness, and you know what I mean, I'm not about that life. You understand? So as much as if you've got a bad rep in the past, because some people have got a bad rep, you know, many women call me a slag. You know what I mean? But the same women who call me a slag, the same women want to fuck me. So it's that thing in it. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's that life. You know what I mean? And you know, I think when I tied the knot, that was a big boost of my character. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to mention the person's name, but the person said to me, and so I get a piece of the wedding cake, I don't believe you're getting married. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I know enough people were like, until I actually see it happening.
Yeah. So, you know, but you get to that place, you do get to that place where you say to yourself, you know what, I mean this. You know what I mean? And, you know, even if your marriage doesn't work, you made that commitment, and it's the same within a relationship. If you commit to a woman, you know, you and her, and remember, like, there's different levels of commitment anyway. So it's what you believe is so. And if the woman is happy with the commitment you're giving her, then you're going to be happy as Larry. But if you're not, and women, stop searching for this wedding thing and this marriage thing. If you're happy together as you are, stay as you are, because I think commitment is commitment, whether it's wedding, marriage, or a long-term relationship.
Oh, that's your face. That sounds like a trap.
See, there you go. You see?
Okay, so
we were meant to be wrapping up, but now you've just opened a whole can of worms.
Yeah,
go for it.
I was gonna say we could do like just a 5-minute round as well.
Yeah.
Of Goody asking us advice and questions, and the women in the group as well can answer.
Okay.
As well, but say what you was gonna say first.
I want to know what the issue is with. I can't even say it to you because you were married for 10 years, yeah, and I was with you through that marriage. As you know what I mean, and from what I know, I didn't do what Lady Ranks did. I didn't help you out. I didn't do any of that. But from what I know, you was a good guy in that marriage. And because it didn't work out, is that why you're saying, oh, stop seeking? Because I don't understand what the problem with marriage actually is.
No.
You did it. But it's like dragging a man to the gallows when you're talking about marriage.
Is this a trauma response?
No, the reason why I was saying it was because that sometimes getting married is not the be all end all. Yeah, if you have a great relationship and you're on the same page and you're good, yeah, just because he doesn't want to marry, just because he maybe doesn't want to get married for whatever reason it may be, doesn't mean he loves you any less. And sometimes women gauge that based on the fact that you don't want to get married. I mean, and then they don't understand it because remember, I suppose women have grown up to be the person who wants to have the big dress on, have the big day or the little day or however you want to do it, yeah, and show that your love to the world and to your family, yeah. But if you've been with a man for 7 years or 6 years or 5 years, that's commitment within itself. You understand? Like, commitment is commitment, whether you sign it on a paper, yeah. Or you. I think.
I don't agree. Especially if you've got things.
Yeah. No. And so if it doesn't mean anything, then there shouldn't be a problem.
No, but but you know what it is? Well, from my experience, yeah, when you get married, things change.
Me too.
Things change. Expectations change as well.
But should they not though?
They do. Expectations change. I'm not saying. I know quite a few happily married couples. Don't get interested for a second.
Yeah.
I know a hell of a lot that fell through the floor. And it weren't because of infidelities. You understand? It was solely because expectations change when you get married. Seriously. I know you don't think of it now because you're saying it's just a thing, innit? But believe me, expectations change. Women expect a lot more from you. I don't know why, and I don't wrong them for it, but if you're that laid back guy, you know what I mean, who just wants to chill out and have a great relationship, love his girlfriend and go on holiday and go to dinner and enjoy life while you're here on this planet, yeah, sometimes getting married turns that all upside down. Yeah, because getting married means a couple of things to different women. Yeah, a lot more compromisation has to come into play. A lot. Yeah, you're now married now. It's not just, it's now you're one, apparently. This is what I was told. You're one. Even though you're one when you're a girlfriend or boyfriend, you're one now. So decisions have to be made together.
Right.
Yeah. If you're going to do something yourself, you got to speak to your wife about it.
But marriage is the next level. So wouldn't different expectations be part and parcel of taking your relationship to that next level?
But I thought being with someone for 6-7 years, you've already gone to another level.
Not really, no.
See, that's women. That's women.
Oh. Okay. I swear, it's like being in a roller coaster with Natalie. You just never know what she's gonna do. Just go. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's.
No, you'll pop down the thing. We're gonna wrap up in a minute.
All right. It's.
No random questions. Then.
No,
it's women.
Yeah.
It is women. It's not what men. A woman never thought. When I got married, I wasn't forced into getting married. Yeah, let's get that straight.
Yeah,
I was the one that wanted to get married. Yeah, but the changes that come within a marriage are a lot, and sometimes men can't deal. Because I believe that marriage enhances your relationship. Yeah. But I also suppose, why does it have to change? Why?
I don't know. I think it depends, because I think for me, as I'll just read this comment. These factors of marriage, I think, should be established at the start of a relationship. And if he said that he does not want to get married, you do not stay with him thinking that it will change later on. It brings problems to the relationship. I absolutely agree.
Same with children.
With marriage and children, I absolutely agree. But I do feel like, for me, I'm not going to speak for all women. For me, I think there should be natural progression in a relationship.
Yeah,
I think there's a number of things. I think for guys, some guys have said, is it just a wedding you want? Do you want a wedding or do you want a marriage? Because like Goody was saying earlier, it's a case of the big dress, show your love to the world. Me, I'm not spending 50 grand on no wedding, 30 grand on no wedding. I want a small wedding with my closest peeps. And the 30 grand will be buying a property. Do you know what I mean? I'm not doing that. I want a marriage. I don't particularly want a wedding, but I do want, I think it's natural progression. So you've been with me for 2-3 years, then we should be looking to progress. We should be looking to build. We should be looking to buy things together. We should be looking to build assets together. And if we're not married legally, then I can't build with you legally, because
why can't you build with someone?
Because you don't have rights. If you're the wife, it's argument done.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Especially if you're both constructive.
No, that's called common law wife. You got rights.
Common law.
You still got rights.
To a degree.
Yeah, you still got rights.
I think it's about past experiences as well. At the moment where I stand, I can't really see myself getting married. I'm not really interested in that.
Right.
In getting married, and going through that kind of thing at the moment. But that's where I am, and that's because of where I've been. Do you think yours is more to do with where you have been, though, more than just marriage as a whole, or are you looking at how it changed for you and basing it on that because of how that particular relationship?
When my marriage dissolved, I felt good to get out, but I felt embarrassed that my marriage didn't work.
Right.
I felt upset that it didn't work. I was happy to get out. That's different. But I was.
You said that so eloquently. Happy to get out.
Yeah, but I was upset that my marriage didn't work because, as far as I was concerned, marriage is for life. So, and I wasn't one of those guys that took off my ring and hid when I got into dance. And I never hid that I was married. You understand? So it was for life, but it didn't work out. So therefore, I was a bit embarrassed. So I don't know. You see it again. Go back to TV. This is wedding number 2. Or wedding number. I never wanted to.
Yeah, but because you shouldn't be bound by past. You know what I mean? Like, your past doesn't make you a prison for the future. Someone saying common law rights are harder to establish, which I agree. And Oliver said, we need to change our perception of marriage as Black people and commit to it. Having kids in relationships with marriage is negatively affecting our kids. I think he means without being married. It's negative because we're not showing anything in terms of solid family units. And I have to commend you. You did it, and you did it for 10 years. And I think the reason you're shying away from it is because, like you said, you was embarrassed and you've seen it as a failure. But I don't think your past experiences should deter you from any future happiness.
Well, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm getting on a bit now. Yeah, I'm in my 50s now. You know what I mean? So if I was going to get married, I don't want to get married when I'm all 70. You know, that's what I'm saying to you. Like, what people do when life is over. You know, I still want to be able to enjoy life. So who knows what.
But what makes you think you can't enjoy it? Like, Princess Lawrence has said, marriage should be a natural progression. Black British men are too scared of commitment.
No, I'm not scared of commitment. I just want to be. I'm, as I said to you at the beginning of this interview, I'm very easy going.
Right.
Yeah. I don't put no stress or strains on women that I'm with. I don't want to push them into a corner. I allow them to do as they want, just like I expect me to do what I want. Obviously not go and sleep with someone else, but, you know, do as you please. Yeah, obviously. And that's how I've always been. I don't restrict. I know men that tell women they can't go out. Period. Yeah, I know men that tell women you can't come to none of the dance I'm playing at. I know enough women. I know enough men like that. So that's not my bag. Yeah. I'm not that guy. So if I'm that laid back and that relaxed, I don't want to be pressured into doing things I don't want to do. I just want to be me, and I want you to be you. And if we can get married and be that couple, then yeah, take me to the altar now. You know what I mean? But I know it changes things. I know even if it was a past marriage, you not just said it. When you get married, it's the natural progression to change and do this and do that and do this and do that. No one's not running away from.
But not necessarily change in a negative way. Sometimes just evolve.
Yeah, but that's what women say. Yeah, it's a woman's perspective. I look at it as being. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you have, of course, have to evolve. Of course, you have to, end up living together and doing things as a married couple. But sometimes the things that they want you to do, I don't want to do them. And I'm, as I said, I'm stuck on it. I'm not doing it. And that's cause a problem, innit? Like, what do you mean you're not doing it? You know what I mean? So I'm that guy. So I don't say you must be horizontal like me. You know what I mean? But in that 10 years, you must have learned how to talk to me. You know what I mean? I'm a good catch. Yeah, I'm a loving guy.
You're a nice guy.
You know what I mean? I do my thing, and women have dated me will tell you, even if I was a bit ignorant, I'm the one, innit? I'm the guy. So it's that, but sometimes we have difference of opinions, and I think marriage sometimes stresses out people for them to run out the door and do other things. You know what I mean? But I've only been married once, so there you go. You know what I mean?
I can't do this.
Yeah, that's how it stands.
More comments. in marriage, Rodney Mew said, in marriage, it's not what you love about the person, it's that keeps it going. It's how you cope with the things that you don't like about the person. Maturity, trust, understanding, openness, key ingredients. So, and I agree with that. You know, any relationship's not going to be easy. But are you saying that the woman's attitude changes once married?
It changes. I'm not saying you can't speak for everybody. I've only been married once, but I've spoken to people who agree that they do change. And and maybe remember, women see things that men don't. Yeah, women have foresights that men don't.
Right.
They always saying it, happy life, happy wife.
Yeah, yeah. Happy life.
So it's always geared towards the woman, isn't it? Yeah. Think about it from the beginning of it. When the most important thing in the marriage is what? When you're getting married, is the woman's dress. Yeah. Let's be real. It's a big thing. Yeah. That is the main point, and it's the thing that costs the most money. Yeah. Along with the other things that come up
outside of the trimming,
So from the off, it's about the woman. Yeah. And when you get into a relationship, it's about what the woman thinks. So when you have a conversation and you don't agree with what she's saying, it changes. The dynamics change a bit, you know.
Yeah.
You should be. A woman will say, "You should be in this place." How long have we been married for now?
Yeah.
Why did you marry me if you didn't want to be? What do you mean? What? It's sometimes women wear the trousers. You've heard it so many times.
Yeah.
Natalie, women wear the trousers because they want to run things. And when the man says it don't gossip, the dynamics change a bit.
Yeah.
You know it's true. No, you can dance around in it so the cows come.
No, because I feel like if I don't know. I don't particularly. I'm a strong woman. I've described myself as an alpha. And I've been told that's intimidating, but that's what it is. But even as strong as I am, if my dude's an effective leader, I'm not trying to be a guy out here. You want your guy to... I don't want to wear the trousers.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, of course. You want a man to lead.
Yeah.
Sometimes women don't want that. If they're leading in the wrong direction, straighten up, innit? In your eyes.
Yeah.
If you think he's not pulling his weight, there's a problem.
You've got to trust a man to lead. If a man shows no leadership skills, then no, you don't want him to lead.
No, but you just married him, so what do you do?
No, but I'm not marrying a man.
No. I'm saying you got married. You was happy with how he was at the time. You got married, and then you don't believe he's showing his leadership skills now because you're married. What happens then?
We're finna sort it out. We're finna fix that. Or
right. Do you see what I'm saying? It's difficult.
Yeah. I go marriage. I'm still for marriage.
No, I'm not against it. If anyone out there thinking of getting married, good on you. I don't want to deter you. Many of us have had, but just be open in your mind that she wear the trousers. That may I tell you.
Well, to a degree. Princess said, not aimed at you, but once a player, always a player, Goody, in your opinion?
Yeah, once a player?
Yeah, not aimed at you, but once a player. Do you believe that players can change?
Women can change, men. I'll say that for starters. I don't think you should go out there to try and change anybody because it might not work for you. But you find the right
thing if they can.
You find the right woman, yeah, and you get that man to love you the way he's supposed to love you. Player your ass and done. I'm not saying if he's prolific and continues to prolific and then you met him being a prolific player, he's gonna change. I don't know about that. I mean, but if he's done his stint, and most people hit their 50s, so let's think about that.
Sparkle said it's in their DNA. I actually get that.
No, you know, it is.
Stems back from slavery.
But remember one thing, yeah? It could be within them, yeah? But there's many things you have to suppress on it.
Yeah.
If you suppressing it for the right reasons, then no big thing. But you still is remember, careful who you date then, women, because if you think that a DJ is gonna run right with you, then don't date a DJ.
Yeah. I purposely never dated a spotlight person.
No, but then be careful. Be careful of the man who goes to dances.
Yeah, but I think it's all about characteristics. I think some DJs will have more opportunity to there's more, as he said earlier, more underwear being thrown at them. But if it's a dog world out here, if DJ or not, if the man's gonna cheat, he's gonna cheat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sure. So
remember, as you said, my dance is a pum pum fest. You understand? So if you come there as a man, and you got what, 15 to 1? You got a choice.
Ridiculous, like it was, yes, yeah.
I mean, look at Stamp Abu Dhabi.
Stamp, that's what I was just about to say, like it was Stamp. It was wicked though. It was wicked. Stamp was so great, but let's wrap up with that actually, because I've been saying that we're going to wrap up. It's been 2.5 hours, but with Stamp, are you still going to do the specials for the guys this year?
Possibly. I mean, I'm looking. We're going to release Stamp on the 31st of January. Yeah, so bookings can be taking place by then. We'll send out all the literature and videos by then. We've got a new flyer. Yeah. And I haven't put that on the flyer. Yeah. But guys, come on, man. Like last 2019, I'm not even going to give you the percentage, because just look at the video and you see it for yourself. You understand? Yeah. But what I did like was, although there was a lot of women out there,
we raved.
No bitchness. They partied. They had a great time.
Hard.
You know what I mean? And they didn't care that I don't know. They didn't really care that there was men there. Not a lot, but there was men there. You understand? And it was great. But I'm kind of, guys, come on, man. Get your guys together. Like, it was, you know what? We were sitting there booking these people in, on the sheet. And I remember looking at the sheet one day and saying to myself, let me find out how much men. Because we bought some gifts we was buying gifts for the women. We was buying these, we was doing like these bags, like, we couldn't just,
gift bags.
Gift bags, yeah. And we was putting stuff in the gift bags. And in one of the gift bags, we bought like some rags, you get hot there. So I bought some pink ones and some white ones. So I said to Trisha, let's look on the sheet and see how many pink and white ones we need to buy. Because obviously, and believe me, like, there was like, I think about 20 white ones. So although people came from Abu Dhabi and Dubai, the fact still remained, there was, the percentage was off. We guys book this trip. Remember, we haven't been nowhere for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where can you go in November apart from the Caribbean? You're getting 30 degrees in the sun.
It's the best trips I've ever done.
It was just, everything was on point, from the brunch to the beach party, to the boat party, to the white party. Everything was on point. The vibes was electric. The crew, everything was just wicked. The raving, the people that came, I'm hoping that after this lockdown that they will come again, because the vibes was fire. Yeah. Fire. I've never experienced ever experienced anything like that in my life. I've raved and I've been places and I've raved around the world. That was one of the best trips ever.
The energy, it's energy in it. And so the energy around it and the energy in it was just...
It was mad. Yeah. After we done the boat, the boat
was a
wicked, yeah. So we done the boat, and then there was the denim and white party afterwards. So people were recovering, and it was a bit slow at first. And I said, "Oh well, good. There's always like a lull on a trip." And I think it was about half an hour later, people were doing the running.
It was ram.
Robots, all kinds of nonsense. So
even me, I was like, I have to go to bed because I'm about to die. And I don't know how you guys are still raving after we just did about a 12-hour boat party, drunk like fucking fish. We've now come to this party straight after because there wasn't a lot of time.
What?
And everyone is raving like MC Hammer and Bobby Brown, yeah?
Raved hard.
And I was like, I can't keep up. I'm going to bed. So I think I was there for about an hour, and I said to you, you guys have out-raved the shit out of me.
Big up Mazza in Abu Dhabi, just on the group.
Hey Maz. Yeah, man. We're hoping we deserve this. It's been a long pandemic. It's tested people's mental health. This pandemic has. it definitely, it's definitely something we deserve. And there was no corner cutting with luxury. It was a nice 5-star experience all the way. So we're hoping for the same energy and the same sort of
definitely. And we got a lot. I mean, fingers crossed. I remember last year we were set to go and we had some mad bookings early. Like it was
we did because
this year we are on the thing again. I'm trying to be real like hopeful here, but I reckon if by June we're relaxed here, not completely, but down to maybe tier 1, tier 2, whatever it may be, I reckon that abroad will be okay to go. Because as I said, when I went to Dubai in Christmas and it was the restrictions apart from the mask, everything was open.
Everything was cool.
Everything was open. Everything that wasn't open was clubs. Yeah.
Clubs weren't open.
Clubs weren't open, but everything was open. Everything. Yeah. And even the mall was busy. You know what I mean? So they're not restricting people from doing things like that, and that's now, and we're in the heart of it. So
hopefully by the end of the year, because that's when we're going.
By October, so I mean, we're as I said, we're releasing it. It's £100 deposit, and something that Trisha and Natalie would let you know that when we do our thing, if it doesn't happen,
you get your money back.
You got your money back.
No lay.
No lay. Full deposit back. Yeah.
Full. No of this stupidness about booking fee. We gave you back all your
every single penny you paid.
Yeah. Trust. So we're not about that. We're not about that life, as you well know. Yeah. So if I was you, because they're limited packages. Obviously, we still have the same amount we booked last year because I didn't give them up. They're limited packages, and if you book your £100 deposit, you secure your space. If we don't go, you get your £100 deposit back, or you get the money you paid back. It's
and people can testify to that, definitely.
Yeah. So,
are there any concessions for
Brookhouse alumni?
I thought it said Brookhouse alumni. I need my glasses. I don't know why I want to put them on. I can't see a rasp, boy. Okay.
You know what? We're not gonna lie. We're gonna end it now because we're gonna piss ourselves. We're fucking bursting to go toilet. We've been holding it like motherfuckers. Like if we were men, we would have pissed ourselves a long time ago. And I just think it shows we've got great walls, but we can't hold it anymore.
You're catching Natalie. You're catching Natalie.
Yeah? Myself.
You're a catch if you've got great walls.
You're a catch if you've got great walls. We pelvic floors around there.
I can't do it no more.
But always a pleasure, Goods, man.
Yeah, always.
Love you with all my heart. You know that.
Always a pleasure. And thank you to everyone as well that contributed. Thank you to Princess Lawrence, who contributed a lot and said it's her first time on here for discussion. Stay in the group, guys, because we have literally daily, we talk about different debate topics, and we debate loads of different topics regularly in the group. Every 2 weeks we do a live, which will be in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so, next one would be.
Look out for that February as well. But thank you so much, Goody. We're just gonna go and piss up the toilet because.
Let me end the thing before you pop down my studio. All right. Thank you, Goody. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your openness. They'll let you back into the brotherhood. Don't worry.
They will.
Love you lots. Deuces.